that country is not one and it can never be one. So, kò sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ ju pé kólúkálukú kó máa lọ. A ní cordial relationship away from Nigeria. Kò ṣe dandan ní ká jẹ́ Nigerians. Because àmọ́ kí ni ìwúlò I am in Nigeria. You are in Nigeria that doesn't provide all the basic things of life to you. So what is the essence of calling yourself a Nigerian where your country cannot provide anything for you? The basic things of life, you can't have it. And you keep calling yourself a citizen. Kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní citizen? If you say you are a citizen, kí ni nǹkan tó ń pè? You know, if you say you are a citizen, I am a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Can you explain what it means to be a citizen? Because kò yá wa, àwa ò lọ sí school. We no go school. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ sí school ẹ wá ṣàlàyé fún wa. What is it when you say I am a citizen? I am a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yet, the basic things of life, you can't have it. Basic things of life. 25 years in the UK, it's been an amazing journey. But there's no place like Yoruba land, southwest part of Nigeria. And that's the reason why we are saying it is important that we have our own independent Yoruba country, far away from Nigeria. But Nigeria is never going to work because Nigeria was not designed to work. So tó bá sọ pé Nigeria máa ṣiṣẹ́, greetings to all our friends, followers, Biafrans, Hausa, Ijaw, all the ethnics, indigenous good people that the white man put together, and we have now hate each other so much. It shouldn't be like that, but it is what it is. So Mokeyi, I say good morning and welcome once again to our live program. It is the 18th day of the month of March, 18th. Let's charge this quickly before I lose. 18th of March, only hour, 2025. As our campaign continue and also discussing about my experience living in the UK in 25 years. It's been a fantastic experience, and I can always be grateful to the United Kingdom for allowing us to have lived there for 25 years and be able to do what we cannot do back home in our country called Nigeria. Many of us that have left Nigeria, we couldn't do a lot of what we are doing today if we are meant to be in Nigeria, because the country did not give us what it takes and the opportunity. And this is one of the reasons why we are grateful to a country like UK and those that live in the European country as well. We are grateful, and we cannot take it for granted. We are extremely grateful to the UK government for allowing us to have lived here and do exactly what we want as long as it's within the ambience of the law. Many Nigerians want to do the same thing in their country, but they have not been given the opportunity to do so. The question is why? Because Nigeria is not one country, and it needs to be told that it is not one country. So this is the reason why we are saying to everyone that what is the solution now and what is the way forward? Can we still render Nigeria to work? Or should we just say Nigeria has come to its final stage, and we should allow Nigeria to dissolve peacefully so that we can all achieve everything that we desire and that we wish if we are not inside Nigeria. So people like us are grateful to the United Kingdom for giving us the privilege to live in this country and do many things that has given us at least hope. Many people have become hopeless in their own country called Nigeria. And the reason is because Nigeria is not a country. And it can never be a country because we have many different people that have different agenda. So Moki Eti Japa. If you're still looking to japa, please make all effort to japa because things will not get better in Nigeria. So if you can japa to anywhere, I don't care. But as long as where you're going will be something that you know and you have studied, don't be novice and don't be stupid. You can do all your research of where you want to go on the internet by doing a Google search. Ìlú tí mo fẹ́ lọ yìí, kí ni màá bá pàdé tí bá débẹ̀, so that you are not caught up should you arrive in those countries. So that is just a piece of advice for Nigerians that still wants to travel out of Nigeria and go to other countries for whatever reason. So I hope that, that piece of advice will be useful to you. If you're traveling, make sure you go to countries that you can have value. You can add value to that country, and that country can add value to your life. UK has had value to my life for 25 years, and I'm very grateful coming to this country because it actually added value to my life. So, tí wọn náà bá fẹ́ jápa, o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ìlú tó fẹ́ jápa lọ, kó má lọ jápa kó tún lọ tètè jápadà. But àwa táwa fẹ́ jápadà, a fẹ́ jápadà lọ sí a Yoruba country. We don't want to japa to Nigeria because many people are japa out of Nigeria. So that is the reason why we are campaigning to have our own country, because a fẹ́ japa padà lọ sínú ilẹ̀ Yoruba. But we don't want to japa to Nigeria because what is the reason why we go japa to Nigeria when people they japa out of Nigeria? It doesn't make sense. So we are better to japa back to Yoruba land. And I think that is the only good thing that we can think of. But for those of you that still want to japa out of Nigeria, make sure you do so, but think very well about the country that you want to japa to. Because there are many countries around the world, and you could end up in countries where you have become a slave. So you got to be very, very careful. So most of the agents in Nigeria are criminals. They will tell you that, oh, go to that country, there's job. Go to that country, you can then go from there to Europe or more. You will realize that when you get to that country, you are stuck and you cannot move out of that country again. So be very, very careful. Because most of the Nigerian agents, they are criminals. Most of them, they're criminals. They're not going to travel. They're not going anywhere. All they need is your money. So they'll tell you lies. They will deceive you. They will give you the impression that the country that they want you to go to is a good country. Until you go out of Nigeria, you realize that you're even better off to be in Nigeria than those countries that they've talked about, because they are criminals. And criminals will always tell you lies, that you can travel to those countries and your life will be better. So be very, very careful. It's just a piece of advice. If you want to take it, it's good. If you want to leave it, you don't want to take it, it's entirely up to you. But you need to find any advice here. So it's entirely up to you to take my advice, or you can leave it and say, Koiki, shut up. I will go to any country I want. Go to any country you want. You will realize that when you get to those countries, you will be asking, Kini mo wa ṣe nílùú yìí? But for those of us that have lived in many countries, and we have now looked back and say, thank you to those countries. We appreciate everything you've done for us. You've given us a lot of things that Nigeria could not give us, because Nigeria is a jungle where everybody is fighting for their own. So we are now saying that we want to japada, but we don't want to japada to Nigeria because we don't want to go back to a lawless country. So we would rather japa to Yoruba land, and those that want to japa to Biafra land, so that we can then decide our fate. So I hope the message is clear to you and to those of you that are watching and listening. So take my advice. I am not a travel consultant, and I am not an immigration expert. But I can tell you that there are many countries out there that still need people to visit their country. But you got to be very careful. Very, very careful, so that kó má lọ di ẹrú nínú ìlú tó fẹ́ lọ yẹn. Because there are countries that their laws are great, while there are some countries that their laws might not be of benefit to you tó bá fẹ́ lọ sí àwọn ìlú yẹn. There are many African countries that you need to check if it is worth taking the risk, so that if you don't end up become a slave as a courier or many things that might not be of interest to you. So be very careful. And this is the reason why Baba Kitoye keeps saying that many Yoruba people that are japa out of Nigeria, some of them end up in places like Libya. And Libya is a lawless country, even though it's still far better than the than the jungle called Nigeria. Libya is a lawless country. So I will not pray that you end up in a country where it's lawless. You could become, endangered species. So please take my advice. If you are planning, if you are thinking that you want to japa, you got to know where you want to japa to. I got to UK because my mom has traveled down here before, and she knows that this country speaks English. So first and foremost, it will be easy for us to communicate. If you go to a country like Germany, you got to prepare for what I called language barriers. Because in Germany, working so English, all they speak is German. So you might end up in a country like that and find yourself in a situation that is not going to be of interest to you. So be very, very careful when you say you are traveling. It's good to travel, but please know where you are heading to, because many countries that you might end up, you might have to start learning their language. If you even go to Turkey, to bá lọ sí Turkey lásán, and Turkey is in, it's not a member of the European country, but their standard is still very good. But there's also language barrier in Turkey. I've been to Turkey a few times, and I know what I'm talking about. So if you go to Turkey, you must prepare for language barrier. because there's a language issue in Turkey. So, and I hope that many of you will understand that on this platform, we advise you to travel because travel is a great experience. Yesterday, I believe we were talking about Serbia. And after the program, my mom called me and said she's been there before many times. She has traveled to Belgrade many, many times. So, but the question is, why did my mom not opt for Belgrade when she wanted to japa, like many of you today, out of Nigeria? She must have looked at many options on the table and decided, should I japa to Belgrade or should I japa to UK? And I'm sure there must be a reason why she opted for UK instead of Belgrade. So, and nothing has still changed from 1990 till date. So if you are still also looking to, at some point in your life, you want to move and progress, you want to go to countries outside the jungle that you call Nigeria, because Nigeria is a jungle, it's not for anybody. Human beings are not meant to live in the jungle like Nigeria, and nothing is going to change. It does not matter how long you continue to pray, because prayer is a different thing. The problem of Nigeria is far beyond prayer. Nigeria does not need prayer. It needs now to dissolve so that many people can become who they want to be during the lifetime that they will live, because we're all not going to be forever. At some point, we will die, we will give birth. So that is how life is designed. Nobody will live forever. So it does not matter, whether these your criminal politicians in Nigeria today, they are not going to live forever. They can tell you that they will live forever. There's nothing like they will live forever. I mean, they can enjoy life now, the stolen wealth, with the criminal things that they've done for many of you. But one thing is that they cannot live forever. It's possible. They cannot live forever. They will live for a number of years. Obasanjo is in his 80. At some point, he will have to die. Just like me, I will have to die as well at some point. So there's nothing about we are praying for him to die. But the criminal activities that Obasanjo has done during his lifetime, he would have to account for it. So that is a fact. So the same thing goes to Babayo Adebanjo. I saw a video of him before he died, when he was having a conversation with his children, and they were laughing that, Baba, as soon as you die, how will people remember you? Imagine, where discussion between families with your loved one before they die, because Baba was getting old, and he knew that death at some point will come to him. But we are grateful that he lived a good life. Edwin Clark is dead. He lived a good life, but he's gone. So that means that this life, we're all going to die. But the question is, before you die, why not let us, like we said to Baba Adebanjo before he died, when I met him in 2021, we should have our own Yoruba country. But he was asking for restructuring. And the criminal politicians are not ready to give him restructure, because the criminal politician knows that when they give Baba Adebanjo restructure, then Nigeria will be a better place. So, and they don't want Nigeria to be a better place. That is the job of the criminals. Criminal politicians do not want Nigeria to be a great place. So this is where we come in and explain that, yes, if you have the opportunity, the money, the network to jackpot of Nigeria, jackpot. But what about all those that cannot jackpot? Their life will continue to be messed up in that jungle. Because Nigeria is a jungle that was designed by Britain not to work. And it does not matter your prayer to God that God, please, please make Nigeria to work. No, God says he's not going to make Nigeria to work because he created every one of us very well. He created us in a way that we should live a good life. He created us in a way that we should have, good opportunity. But apparently, the politicians, the criminal politicians, end up telling lies, giving us false hope that Nigeria will become a great place. But we now know that Nigeria can never be a great place because the design, the foundation of this shithole country is not meant to work. So if you're still one of those Nigerians that argue blindly, that argued stupidly, that Nigeria is a great place, Koiki, shut up. The question is, where is your father today? Your father died trying to fix Nigeria. I was watching a young girl on Instagram yesterday. She was crying. And I was trying to figure out why is she crying? Because every day people cry in Nigeria. I just watched Oba Solomon, the great man, talking about how people are hungry. People will be hungry when Fulani terrorists have invaded Yoruba land and every part of Nigeria where you cannot get good 3 square meal anymore. So your life has been mortgaged. So the young girl was crying. And the reason why she was crying is because her father, that is a police officer, has got stroke. And the father worked for Nigerian police for 25 years. Imagine your father worked for Nigerian police for 25 years. And after 25 years, at some point in our life, whether early, whether late, things will happen, shit will happen. You could be sick, it could be due to accident, it could be due to natural shutdown of your immune system. That is bound to happen for a human being. There's nothing, wrong in that. But what happened then is that these young girls says that the father is now struggling with stroke. And if you know what stroke is, stroke, you will know that it's a deadly disease. You will need a government to really come to your aid if any of your family member has a stroke. You will need a government. But in the situation of Nigeria, you don't have a government. Most of them run to hospital abroad when they are also sick. We saw how Akeredolu did not want to die. Yaradua did not want to die. Most of them don't want to die, so they end up heading to good hospital abroad where they will be given great medical care. But you as a Nigerian, you are told to use holy water, holy miracle, to sort out things that you should go. Yes, I'm not saying that miracle does not happen, but you need to first go and do an MRI scan. Go to the hospital. But most of you cannot go to the hospital because you don't have the money. Because when you go to hospital, first you go to the public hospital. It's as more like a big jungle where doctors are criminals. Even if government is putting all the resources there, they steal it and take it to their own private clinic. And that is what happened all the time. That is what happened. We know that. So this is where we are grateful to countries like UK, where we have lived, those that live in other countries, in European countries. We are grateful that we are given opportunity that, God forbid, if I have any ailment, it does not matter whether it's cancer, whether it's stroke, whether it's headache, whether it is the slightest illness, all I need to do is just go to the general hospital that we called the NHS. God bless United Kingdom for providing us with NHS. He has his own issue, he has his own problem, but it is still working. It is still there, serving the people like me, a foreigner that came to this country from the jungle. Because I came from the jungle to this country, and this country has been good to me, even though I have also served and give back to this country because I pay tax to the UK government. But those of you that even pay tax in Nigeria, your life is not worth anything. Good morning, Mr. Daniel, engineer. Good morning to you, sir. How are you? Good morning, Mr. Faleye. My line is open. We can also engage. I'm just giving you part of my 25 years living in the UK, while I am grateful to the UK government. And I'll continue to be grateful because what I have achieved in this country. Good morning, Ogumola Biodun. Welcome to my program. I promised this man that we will eat amala together. But when I came to Nigeria, I didn't have enough time. I was going to Ekiti, and I didn't have time to stop, where we can go to Buka and eat amala. But I promised him that we will eat amala together because he's a great man. I love all amala people. One of the best food that you can ever think of. But don't compare it with ikokore, ijebode, with ebatutu. If you don't know what is ikokore, I can't help you. So going forward, today's discussion is about my 25 years living in the United Kingdom and why we are grateful. Thank you, engineer. We expect all you engineers to be building structures, massive building, 50-story building, 60-story building, the best structure that you can ever think of. But most of the engineers in Nigeria are doing POS. Mr. Bobo, good morning. Kelvic, okay, good morning to you. I am Prophet Charles Ario, okay. Good morning to you, sir. Ekaro. 25 years. Rugi Giant, good morning. Plan B, good morning. Omwake, good morning. Ogundari, good morning. OLAYOMI KOIKI, I've lived in the UK for 25 years and I'm grateful to my mom that made it possible because I would not have known. Oh, Mr. Daniel says, I am a mechanical engineer. Are you in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, sir? Do you know what it means to be a mechanical engineer? These are people that should be designing highways. I was watching a video where the Chinese continue to build massive highway. I think Very Dark Man is in China. And you can see him talking about all those things that can never be implemented in the jungle. Mr. Larry Lamina, good morning. Yes, Mr. Daniel says, Koiki, I am currently in Nigeria, a mechanical engineer. That is something that should be big money for you. If you are able to get to the UK, you might not get a job as a mechanical engineer to start with, but in the long run, you might just be repairing all our buses and you'll be making good money. I wish I was a mechanic. When they were telling me to go and train with Baba Fali in phase 2, Mofi Baba Fali Shere, now I know what it means to be a mechanic in Europe. If you're even a mechanic in United Arab Emirates, woo, you'll be making a lot of money. So, good morning, Mr. Akim Ajani. Mr. Ashabe, good morning. Ekaro. So, what is the discussion this morning? I am grateful to my mom that made the decision to take me out of the zoo, out of the jungle, because we are not going to be using zoo because we respect the zoo. If you go to America, zoo is a good place. Good morning, Mr. Jimmy Koya. Good morning to all our Yoruba Nigerians that are working in the NHS, the public services, working in the care sector, working in the hospital, running their own businesses. Dustin, Peckham, businesses that are doing fantastically well in the UK. I'm sure if you wanted to do that in Nigeria, the jungle, it would have been worse. Yemi Fatoke, good morning, Egbomi. Bawoni Google Lagos Island. What are we discussing this morning? You can help me, sir. No, I can't help. Sorry about that. I don't know about how you're going to get to the UK. That I don't know. So I can't help. I'm very sorry, Mr. Daniel. My job here is not to tell you how you're going to get to UK. Your job is to get to UK and call me, Mr. Koike, me not you are in the UK. How can you guide me? But for me to say you get to UK, no, I don't know about that. I'm not a travel agent, so I don't know about that. So I'm sorry. But I pray that you will find your way one day and you will get to UK, you go to America, wherever. But I can't help you, and that's a fact. I can help and I'm not trying to help. I am not the visa agent. If you call him for any visa, I can't give you a letter to come here. Okay? I can't give you a bank statement to come here. But I'm sure you might find somebody else that can do that. My job is to just say that I am grateful that my mom saw the foresight that I have to leave Nigeria in 1998. I left secondary school in 1995. I finished at Adeleke Grammar School. And I spent 3 years after that in that jungle before I left. I got my visa. Most of you are lucky today. You just package document, if you know what to do, you submit it. I went for interview in Abuja in 1998. And I was granted a visa and I touched down. Olatoni Ages, good morning all the way from Belgium. So what are we discussing this morning? Is it possible to, for me, I'm using myself as a case study. Is it possible for you to see me like this if I was in Nigeria? Yes. But Mama Ladia, I'm a politician. Like all these journalists. Not all of them, but majority of them. And the one that refused to end up to be exploded, Delegiwa. How many of you know Delegiwa? How many of you know Delegiwa? Have you ever heard about a guy called Delegiwa? Do you know the job of Delegiwa? Muki Olushola Fatuashe, good morning. How are you? If you want to call into the program, my line is open. You can call then your crew in airplane mode because I'm not inside the plane. When you go on the plane, the pilot will say, "We're about to take off. Can you put your phone in the flight mode or turn it off? But in flight mode, so that it doesn't have interference, with the aircraft." It's a beautiful thing when you travel, but it could be worse disaster if it goes wrong. Many people have died this year. I think probably about 1,000 people must have died this year alone with accident from the airplane. So vegetarian meeting on plane here, àti àwọn náà ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ni o, a dẹ̀ ti bẹ babaláwo, a bẹ Jésù, a bẹ gbogbo ẹ̀, so that we don't end up, in the sea. There was a particular plane that got missing till date. Imagine it went out of the radar. They search for it. I think it's a Malaysia airline. Till date, bí àwọn alien ti gbé lọ ni o. All these conspiracy theory. Bí àwọn ti gbé wọn lọ sí ìlú kan tó ti convert wọn sí sọ. Because we're living in a world where a lot of ẹ má bínú fún ọ̀rọ̀ mi bẹ́ẹ̀, a lot of shit is happening. Ibi tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ ló mọ̀. So when some of you say we are going to protect Nigeria, we are going to save Nigeria, you don't know what they're doing with Nigeria. If you know what they're doing with Nigeria, you will not want to save Nigeria. You just allow Nigeria to go. Okay? A criminal country, a jungle. So once again, a very good morning. So this morning we are talking about my experience living in the UK in 25 years. Key experience it, abroad. What has been your experience? Do you think that if you were in Nigeria, you would have achieved everything that you have achieved as diaspora without any support from anybody? Because in Nigeria, you must know somebody. If you don't know somebody, even the smallest thing, to set up a company in Nigeria, you need to know somebody. Do you know that I can register my company, another company? I can just register another company in the UK right now. While we're talking like this, the company will be ready. Mole register company by online. They will give me the certificate right now. and it becomes a company. I don't need anybody. I don't need an intermediary. Do you know that British citizens don't need to consult anybody to travel? Mo wo girl kan láàárọ̀ yìí. She had a Nigerian passport and one of her friends has a German passport on Twitter, X. And she was comparing the two passports. The German passport can get to South Africa from America or from Germany. I don't know where they're traveling from. But the Nigerian passport, even from outside, cannot get to South Africa. Ó ṣì ní láti apply for visa. So maybe some of you don't understand what I'm saying there. If you're living in, like I'm living in the UK, if I was meant to be traveling out of UK with my Nigerian passport, because not everybody has a British passport or Canadian passport, American passport, but you can have what are called resident permit. What is resident permit? Resident permit is what is given to you after you have qualified or you are been able to prove certain, because different resident permit are given to different people. Either you apply for asylum, whether you apply for what I called, it doesn't matter what, you know, there are many rules to immigration. Let me put it that way. So if you have not got your British passport and you are still having a Nigerian passport and you want to go to Turkey, you need to get a visa and they can reject you. I've seen many people that are having a Nigerian passport. They have a good job in this country. They have children here. They want to go to America. America denying them a visa. You might be asking why. The Nigerian passport is one factor. Why? The zoo, no, I said I'm going to call it zoo. The jungle passport. The jungle passport is as useless as this my tissue paper. I'm not going to waste it today because they're me for me. The Nigerian passport is as useless as the tissue paper behind me. That's one factor. Even people apply to go to European countries if they have a Nigerian passport from the UK and they reject them. Some they give them, don't get me wrong. The average between Nigeria and here is that people here might likely be given, especially if they can prove that they are working, they have a good job. But you in Nigeria applying for Shanghai, and we've written an article before, many Nigerians are rejected on visa because of the factor of Nigeria. Mr. Ogun Shegun Dabi said Nigeria is finished. Well, if anybody is still doubting that it's not finished because you love Tinubu, I always say, forget about how I call Tinubu out all the time. I love him. He's not my father anyway, but I love him. I don't have any issue with him. But we told him that Nigeria is not worth dying for. But he wanted to achieve his dreams. He has done so. He should now divide Nigeria before it is too late. We'll come back to that. I am talking about my experience as man. I came here when I was in my youth. Imagine, I came here in 1998, 25 years precisely ago. So when some of you don't understand that there are many factors that we are grateful that our parents saw the vision. I would not have seen the vision because ọmọ kékeré lèmi nígbà yẹn. I didn't know, not that ọmọ kékeré, but as it is, I was not matured enough to know what I know now. Because I was telling my mom I wanted to go to Unilag. I was arguing with her and she was saying no. Imagine if I fought her and I end up going to Unilag, that my certificate will be as useless as the tissue paper behind me. Ask people that, not that the qualification will not be there for you as a Nigerian, but when you take it outside Nigeria, it's as useless. It doesn't have any value. The only thing that it will have is that if you are truly genuine with that certificate, because we know that many people attain their certificate in Nigeria on a dubious way. And don't come and tell me, Koiki, no, no, no. We know all that happens in that jungle. Anything goes in the jungle. This is why we are grateful that when we came back to this country, I was not born here, but I could have been born here because I asked my mom if our last born that was given birth in this country in 1982, why did she not give birth to me in UK when I was born in 1970? And she said, why should I give birth to you? Nigeria was a good place. It was functioning. It was working. We had everything. My businesses was going very well. I was doing very well in terms of everything. So there was no reason. That means that I could have attained my British passport from birth in the 70s. Many people that you are seeing today, that they are saying Nigeria is working, they were lucky enough because their parents gave birth to them in the United Kingdom when Margaret Thatcher has not changed the law. Baoni, Clifford, eh? Kò sí lókè ni. Ṣé purple yàbí black? Méjì, eh? Ṣèbókè ló wà. Ṣèbókè ọmọ asókè náà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀. Ó wà lókè. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. So, many people that gave birth then, not because they wanted to give birth here, because giving birth here in the 70s was very, very difficult. Nobody to look after the children for you. Everybody was busy. So many people doesn't even want to give birth here because my cousins, they had to fly the mother back. She could have given birth here in London. But the fact that, but the fact remained that they were looking at all the, you know, all those Yoruba culture. Because when you give birth, you need the child to be having a kind of a ritual birth. All that, most of the people that give birth there then, they didn't have the people to do it. It is now that we have many people. So there mommy acne, mommy acne to máa bá àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Ó ti dàgbà gan. Mo pàdé wọn nígbà tí mommy àwọn Kudus yẹn. You know. So later on, like we had the privilege when we were giving, I mean, not me, when my wife gave birth, you know, we had people that would come to the house. In the 70s, they had nobody like that. It was a very tedious one for many people. So many people that are Yorubas doesn't want to give back here. They want to give back home because you will have everything surrounding you. Many women today that are giving birth in Europe, probably now that is changing. They might have somebody that will come and look at you at hospital, give you pepper soup, you know, make sure you are doing. But imagine then back home, you have vast amount of people surrounding you, both family, the mother family, the wife family, and the husband family. So there will always be somebody in the house to take care of the woman. Because when a woman gives birth, at the time that they're giving birth, they need a lot of support. So what am I trying to explain is that my experience living in this country, I am grateful because I would not have achieved a lot if I was in Nigeria, that jungle. I would have struggled. And that is why many people today, Mr. Koiki, the person have to request for return visa on his or her passport. I didn't get that, Mr. Tony Ages. So what we are trying to highlight at this broadcast this morning is that many of us that japa, whether in the 80s, whether in the 90s, in the 2000s, a lot of what we have achieved outside Nigeria, we would not have been able to achieve it. It's a fact. And nobody can come and argue this with me that, no, shut up, you know, I would have achieved it. No, you can't. Without any support, you will not be able to. A lot of things that we are doing in this country and many other countries We were able to do it without any kind of assistance. Without any kind of, oh, I need to know this pastor to pray for me to make it work. No. Just do the needful. I have a friend that does logistic to Nigeria. He doesn't need anybody. All he needs to do is set up the system and then look for the client, the customers that wants to send goods to Nigeria. But in Nigeria, people wants to do the same thing, vice versa, send goods down here, but it becomes a catastrophe, a problem. Because the system there does not support your business to be able to do it. First and foremost, let's take it this way. Can I send goods? I don't want it to go to Lagos. Ṣé mo lè send ẹrù láti Kwara State coming down to UK? I don't want the good to go to Lagos. I want it to be sent from Kwara State direct. The question is, do we have a cargo flight from Kwara State to my Gberuye? Why should I send the goods to Lagos before they can send it to the UK? I hope you can see why we are saying that jungle is not designed. Hey, sorry, Mr. Bakari. I was meant to approve it. I actually denied it. Can you resend the the request again? I want me to look back deny any. I think you want to add one or two. Mr. Bakari Bukun, can you resend the request again, please, if you can? So many Nigerians might think that, oh, is it because you are abroad? That's why you don't want Nigeria to work? Yes, because my mom knew Nigeria was not going to work. That's why she japa. So why should I pray for Nigeria when the future that I've achieved, I want you to achieve it, but you cannot achieve it in Nigeria? We don't hate Tinubu. We don't have any issue with him, but Tinubu cannot fix the damage. I was listening to my brother, Oba Solomon, right now before I started this program. And Oba Solomon is saying that the foundation is faulty. They might not be clear with their own words. And I can understand. They live in Nigeria and they're trying to be very careful when they are talking, especially those that are doing a lot of videos from Nigeria. We saw how the NYSC girl did a video and they're telling her to pull it down. Who dare tell me to pull down a video as long as what the video I'm doing is not terrorism? The UK government cannot tell me to pull down my video because I'm abusing Tinubu. What is their own business with me abusing Tinubu? But in Nigeria, you are being gagged from not talking. We saw what they did with the NSAS, as many people were killed, yet some say nobody died. So what we are saying is that I cannot achieve what I have been able to achieve as Koikimedia today if I was in Nigeria. Because if you like, vote for Obasolo. Because I want to rewind it back to the beginning. Because Nigeria is just not a conducive environment for either the business, for education, for welfare, and security. So for how long do we then need to continue to deny ourselves? So my experience of 25 years in the UK means that I have not attained what I still want from me as Koikimedia, as me as a personal person. But you as a Nigerian, do you think that you can attain, you can achieve, you can get your dream future out of Nigeria? Don't travel, stay in Nigeria. Can you? Is it possible? It's a question I'm asking. So possible. Good morning, Mr. Badebo Ogidon Idowu. God bless you, sir. A Yoruba nation not going back. There's no doubt about that. Ogunshegun said, we end Nigeria now to save many lives. But Nigerians say we should not end Nigeria. That they are happy with the structure of Nigeria. It's also like, oh, it's just leadership. Oh, don't bring Tinubu. Let's go and bring Peter Obi. Peter Obi cannot fix Nigeria. I don't hate Peter Obi, but they are all liars anyway. It doesn't matter to me. Atiku cannot fix Nigeria. Bring Showore in. Showore cannot fix Nigeria. Mr. Akinriade Adebayo, a very good morning to you. Let's listen to Oba Solomon. I'm sure most of you know him. A great man. We must not live in denial. I, OLAYOMI KOIKI, I am grateful to the UK government. From the time I arrived, it was Tony Blair, until the Conservative came in and they destroyed the system as well. We hate Conservative Party. Some might like them. We don't like them because they destroyed this country. Not that Labour has not destroyed as well, because we told Tony Blair not to go to war with George Bush. I was there on the street of London protesting. But I didn't protest, and then they shot me, and I came back home with wound. We saw how many of you got burned in Oyigbo. We saw how many innocent Nigerians were killed with the El Zakizaki. Aziz Shakiro, good morning to you, my brother. So we should not live in denial because of our partisan or because we love this Tinubu or we love our politicians. Agreed, you can love them, but do they love you? I don't need to know who is my representative in my local borough in London. All I need to know is that the school that my children are going, they must never be in danger. My children will go to school and I don't want them to be beaten. We saw my sister, that our beautiful sister that called Tinubu us all the time, Tunde or something, I forget her name now. We don't have the policies to protect innocent people in Nigeria. So that is why we are saying that if the country seems to be too big, she's doing a great job, fantastic job. But the job she's doing, Ori, the job she's doing, the job that Adeton is doing is the job of the local government. But where is the local government? We have 774 local government in the jungle. None of those local government is working. And I can bet my life they can never work. All these are factors. All these are reasons why we are asking, is Nigeria not a failed country? You know, I know, but the problem that many Nigerians are finding difficult to understand is, why should we break it? We can find somebody to come and fix it. Who is going to fix the foundation that is faulty? Can you build your house on the foundation that the engineer did not design? We saw it. We saw how, the building collapsed in Lagos State. The guy was told, do not add more to this building. You have given us your plan. The plan has been approved. But because of greediness, he ended up killing himself as well. I'm sorry. Because Olopare, I can't remember his name now. That building that collapsed in Lagos State, Foursquare or whatever they were calling it. So the greediness that you want us to keep Nigeria might end up become a disaster for many of us. And it's already happening. I am not even going to talk about the invasion of the Fulani. Economically, many of you will not survive another 10 years, the way Nigeria is running. And if you think that people like El Rufai, they are criminals. These are criminal politicians that has a hidden agenda to convert Nigeria into an Islamic country. And we must stop them. We must not give them the room to do so. Good morning, Mr. Ademola Owodoni. We must not allow them to push further. We must stop the agenda of these politicians to convert the whole of Yoruba land and other parts to an Islamic country. Nigeria is not an Islamic country. Tradition has been running for thousands of years. Let's listen to Abba Solomon. Somebody is complaining that is hungry. She's hungry. Situation is worst. Rather than look at what can be done to eliminate that problem. Rather, yes, I mean, she says stupid things as well because she said Lagos is smelly. Well, I hope that our state is not smelly because she can go back to her state. Mokia keke okos. But she boke lowa lano. Oti wo koche ko jabo sẹ́yìn side bread. Méjèèjì de lo wa. Mo nbo yen wa. Egbo gba Solomon.
Is that solution? Stupid people with stupid category, with stupid knowledge. You cannot renovate the house. You cannot renovate the house that the foundation have burned. All what you can do is to destroy it and rebuild it. Don't deceive yourself. If very dark man enter Asorok today, will become a devil. If someone enter Asorok today, which will become a devil. Are you telling me that all the presidents that have started be a president since 1960, no one of them that have a good heart? No! What is the problem? It's foundation. What is the solution for you? Emma Toranyu. And the one who get the 2027, Mama winning and you. Emma, Eloma told you we are in Sile. Someone tell it, that's it. A question you can't tell Mama Bri. Anybody about to believe, what is the solution for Nigeria? Wama dying alone. But what is the solution for the house that her foundation have been? Tinubu Jagaban, president in Nigeria. Mo wo program Kolana on internet. Arábìnrin copper kan ó bọ́ ìta. Ó ní owó tí wọ́n máa ń san fún àwọn copper pé ó kéré. Ó ní bùkátà fẹ́ pa òun dànù. Ó ní ẹyin crate kan ó lọ di 6,000 naira. Ó ní ìkan nínú àwọn staff ní and something like that. I don't know how the
So what we are saying is that morning Keke Okuz. How are you doing? Moke Easy, all the way in Florida. Igbowosha, good morning to you, soldier. Good morning to you, media, Gbogbo Media. Please share the program. My experience of 25 years living in the United Kingdom, far better opportunity than living in Nigeria. All I've achieved, I would have struggled to achieve it if I was living in Nigeria. More program the same. Program the same. Once again, a very good morning and welcome, depending on where you're watching it from. I am giving you, and I'm asking the diaspora the same question. So possible way achievements in near abroad, you would have achieved it in Nigeria without any quote and unquote support from anybody, because I would not have been able to achieve. Those that even try to achieve and they've done best for themselves in Nigeria, go and ask them how they are surviving today. Many of them are struggling. So and I say thank you so much for joining us this morning as Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. That's what we do on this platform. We bring it closer to your doorstep because we love you, we appreciate you, and we pray that many of us will understand that Nigeria is not designed to work. Anytime YouTube channel was sorry Koikimedia and you're watching. Facebook, but YouTube. And I don't know why it is not happening. And this is something that I need to continue to ask you to do all the time. Because Facebook Nicole Queen, YouTube, copy link, MixLR. Because it's easy for me to share link here for me to just put it on my status But what you have done is you've just shared one link and you've left the rest like that. Could make sense. So I'm gonna have to do it myself now. Let me leave the message. Mo ti sọ fún yín ní gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ti ń ṣe program, even though pé mo notify yín, but ó yẹ kẹ́ ti rí notification. But what you've done now is ẹ pín Facebook link, ẹ mú YouTube link jáde, ẹ mú MixLR, ẹ mú Instagram. We have 25 of you, and it seems that we have to keep repeating the same thing. Afolabi, please take note of this. Oh, very, very important. Tá bá ti go live, ẹ gbé gbogbo link yẹn wá sí orí Koikimedia. A lè easy fáwọn èèyàn láti share sí gbogbo platforms. Mo kẹ́yìn yẹn wá o. So let's go back to the Instagram because àwọn èèyàn dúró dè wá níbẹ̀. Ṣé dáadáa ni gbogbo wa tún jí láàárọ̀ yìí? Koikimedia, 25 years living in the UK. I am asking again, as a Nigerian living outside Nigeria today, I am not talking about Nigerians now because the ones at home, they've already suffered the consequence of Nigeria. It's a jungle. Fikayomi Sunday Olumide, good morning. Ọlọ́run á gba ilẹ̀ wa fún wa. There's no doubt about that in Jesus' name. Fakeya Debayo. Kí lẹ sọ, any foolish question, ask how we have Yoruba nation. Ọ̀rọ̀ wèrè. Kí là ń sọ, kí lè ń sọ yìí nísìn. Kí là ń sọ, kí lè ń sọ nísìn. Tẹ́ ń sọ yóò yé. Foolish question, asked how we will have Yoruba nation. Ọ̀rọ̀ wèrè. Ṣọ́rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ yìí, should make sense because we still understand ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ yìí. Fakaye Adebayo. If you're frustrated in Nigeria, don't come and bring your anger on me. Ask your parents why they did not let you japa in time. It becomes a problem to you. I am not your problem. Your problem should be your parents. If they thought that Nigeria was great, then hold them accountable because my mom knew Nigeria was not great and she took me out of the jungle in time. If not, èmi náà ti dìdàkudà. Mo lè ti dọmọ ní mọ́tò, mo lè ti tẹ̀lé olóṣèlú lọ. Kémi náà ti ṣe kíni. But she knew that the country is not worth anything. It's not worth a dime. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí nípa ntí Ọba Solomon sọ.
Something like that. I don't know how the sọ òyìnbó yẹn kò yé mi. Ó sà ti yé yín sá. Gbogbo ilé náà lè máa ti rí program yẹn. Olówó á pè wọ́n bá halẹ̀ mọ́ òun. Wípé kò lọ máa delete fídíò. Lórí burúkú òun sì rí. Báwo ló ṣe máa lọ máa post irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Jagaba! Wá kan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kọ́pà o. Kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn ni ó ní calling olóso. Kì í ṣe gbogbo obìnrin ló ní calling olóso. Tẹ́ bá rí ọrùn lédi yẹn máa rí kó gùn. Obo ọ̀tà.
Good morning to you, Triple DRS. Each time you compare, oh, I missed that comment. I need to pick it up quickly. I don't want to touch the phone, Mambo. Let me pick that comment and see what you've just said. Good morning to you all the way in Nottingham. Mokente in Leicester. Newcastle, good morning. Manchester, good morning. Is it 51 states in America? Good morning. And Donald Trump is trying to buy Canada. Good morning, Canadians. Triple DRS says, and I quote from Nottingham, each time you compare Nigeria with any other countries, like you're comparing dead lion with a live dog. Omoalade Babami White Lion, Equator, sir, Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá land kò ní bàjẹ́ láṣẹ Elédùmarè. Well, our governors ti fẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ o, kó will provide security. But they send message to our governors wà láàárọ̀. We love them, but they don't love us. They're criminals, like I said. If they don't do anything. God bless Yoruba Kingdom. There's no doubt about that. Yoruba nation is not going back. I don't know where we're. If we say we are going back, where are we going back to? The jungle? The jungle that doesn't have no respect for human lives. I don't want to live in the jungle. And if I'm going to live in the jungle, it must have everything. Good morning once again, Triple DRS. Ademola Owoduni say, brother, the problem of Nigeria is lack of proper, honest education. You can't get that because Obasanjo, the criminal, destroyed our history. So how are you going to get education? Nigerians will not get education because the education that we Yoruba want is different from the one that the Northerners want. It's different from the one that the Middle Belt wants, and it's different from the one that is the Southeast wants. So we will struggle. Ogun, Deji, Adiremi, good morning. So we would all struggle to have a quality, good education. That's a fact. I'm asking again, my experience of 25 years living in the United Kingdom, far better opportunity than living in Nigeria. I would have struggled if I was living in Nigeria if I did not travel out. Let's go back to Oba Solomon.
ìdí nìyẹn tó fi ka lára àwọn kọ́pà tó kù tí wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn èrè tó pọ̀jù nínú wọn àwọn màdáàmù àwọn àrísítò ni wọ́n ń dó wọn kiri títì tí wọ́n fi complain.
Okay.
ẹni tí ò ní kọ́ọ̀lì olóṣòló jáde yẹn tó pariwo wípé
Olakunle mo kí ẹ brother mi, good morning. Okay.
nítorí ìdí èyí.
Okay.
Tinubu jàdàbà. Okay. Ọba àgbáyé ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ o. Okay. Wá nǹkan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kọ́pà o. How? Wá nǹkan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn.
Tinubu ò lè wá nǹkan ṣe sí because the problem that we have in Nigeria is bigger task for President Bola Tinubu. And the Northerners does not want Tinubu to achieve anything because they're criminals. And that's why we are saying to President Tinubu, in the interest of everyone, divide Nigeria and there will be peace at all our different platforms. Okikiola Okiki, Egbomidada, good morning. Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀, mo fi kí yín. Mo fi àwọn onílẹ̀, mo fi kí gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá. A kú Ramadan, fáwa tá ń gbààwẹ̀, èmi náà ń gbààwẹ̀ o. Àwẹ̀ tèmi kàn máa ń mu tíì ni. Táàrọ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Ìyá kan pè mí lánàá, wọ́n ní Koiki, are you a Muslim or Christian? Whichever one you call me. Yoruba people are cultured. Yoruba people have the hospitality, but we are having issues with people that have come to disrespect our hospitalities. I am grateful that the UK citizens gave me the hospitality to live here, even though it took me 15 years to get my resident permit. Do you know what it means? Living in one country for 15 years, you can't travel out. I would not have worried to have come and look for resident permit, but my mom knew that it is for the interest of me and the children that I've just given birth to and the one that are still coming. Mukiawa Ko, Eka Roma. So if you are still one of those that argue blindly, that defend the jungle because you don't even know what is behind the jungle, be rest assured that you will learn on this platform. Yes, there will be one or two people of you that will escape. And I mean escape, not literally run out of Nigeria. They'll be doing very well. People like Very Dark Man is doing very well. But can he solve the problem? He is not a government. He would have the privilege. I believe he's gone to China. And he wants Tinubu to bring everything he sees in China to Nigeria. Are we one? Does the Northerners, Fulanese, want what Very Dark Man is showing us in China? Is a question I'm asking. Why do we want to save a country when it has many countries inside it? Our all agenda are different. Why do I have two of these? I should take this back to the side door there. Okikiolani, we are waiting for order from OSHA. It's called the night vigil. Order my day. Emma Sokwe, we are waiting for the night vigil. Prophet Ojo has been running 72 hours night vigil. I'm sure Pastor Gio will be doing his own very soon. So everybody is doing night vigil. Very soon, I want to say night vigil. 25 years of me living in the UK. grateful to my mom. The foresight is not what everybody can see. The foresight to say that this Nigeria, ọ̀nà tó ń gbà yìí, ọ̀nà tó ń lọ yìí, is going down. And my mom was right. Nigeria actually went down. The shit old country that could not save the lives of his people has finally proven that my mom was right. More adjusted, Emma Bino, because my background is bringing a lot of light, even though I have this. And it could be a little bit dark. So at least you can hear my voice. Living in the UK does not mean that you can go to any country if you do not have the British passport. They have the right to still deny you a visa on your Nigerian passport, even with your resident permit. But one of the obstacles is the jungle passport that we all still carry. That passport is a disaster. Because the moment they say a Nigerian passport, some of them are stupid. I don't know why I will leave UK and want to go and live in Paris. Kí ló wà ní Paris? I'm sorry for those living in France. But the mentality of the embassy here is that you are jackpotting from here to France. They think like that. I don't think some of you know that. Imagine you go and apply for American visa. They will think that you want to jackpot. I mean, America is still a place that you can, I know a lot of people that left the UK and they're now living in America and they're doing very well. But why do I want to jackpot from UK to Germany? I would love to go and learn a language, and I don't want to go and learn any language. My brain now does not have the privilege to learn a language. So these are reasons why we are saying that my living in the UK for 25 years has been a very fantastic one. I was given opportunity. It took time because you cannot do much when you don't have a paper in this country. You will only be able to do very, very limited things because as at the time, you do not have the right to work. So you can imagine, you do not have the right to set up a business. You do not have a right to do so many things. But the moment that you have that papers, then it becomes like a burden has been lifted. You will now be doing things legally, officially. You don't have to do anything underneath anymore. You can showcase yourself as many people Totigbeni UK are now doing. But Feni Toiti Niwe, Olonja Nino Pub, you must be a very stupid man. Oh, Niwe, on Faraway on Tony British passport. Be very careful if you're one of those that have arrived in the UK recently. UK is not Nigeria. You cannot bribe any prosecutor or judge in this country. You will face the consequence. Have you heard about the story about a woman that told her friend that she bought a house? There are criminals, Yorubas in this country. Criminals. How many of you have listened to that story? It's not a story. It's a genuine story. Ó sọ fún ọ̀rẹ́ pé ọ̀rẹ́ mo ra lé o ẹ ra lé kẹ̀. And eventually, there are a lot of experience in the UK, but for those of us that have now lived in the UK for 25 years, we want to take our experience back home, genuinely, not to come and corrupt the Yoruba country. But even if I come back home genuinely, I want to be part of the politics in Nigeria, you will be corrupt because you will have to swear allegiance. Go and look at Akpabio, a criminal man. Akpabio has been there. David Mark, a criminal man. Saraki, a criminal man. They are all criminals. Let them come out and deny it, that they are not criminals. And let them come and tell us how they make their money. Prince Olanrewaju, good morning to you. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe make owó? Most of you see Dino Malaye. He's a criminal man because he took advantage as a senator to siphon money that is meant for his constituency. He was smart. All you need to do is, if you have $1 million, invest it outside, not in Nigeria, and see what the returns will be. You think it's a joke. Do you know, for the 4 years he was in as a senator, do you know how much money he would have siphoned out of Kogi State, while the Kogi are attacking us on a daily basis. Yeah, their life is miserable. But my life is not miserable because I have lived there, and as long as you cut your coat according to your size in the UK, not like the criminal woman and the man that wanted to convert somebody else's property into theirs. Did you read the story? Have you heard about the article that a case occurred in London High Court, I believe, that a woman that bought a house when she did not have a paper. It is possible then you can buy house in the UK. I was told to buy house as well, but I did not. As at the time, Timo Niwe, what feeling lower, pé ṣàfihàn. I thought, no. So, also for her, and the woman, I don't know what happened. Shere, the man fake conju, I feel lolly. Look, forget about Nigeria now. If you have arrived in the UK, forget about going back to the jungle for now. Think about how you can still survive here. I did not return to Nigeria for 15 years. And when I went to Nigeria, it's even worse than the way I left it in 1998. When our Oyo Atiba, we deal with our brother Igbowo Sha. There's no doubt about it. Everybody is with Igbowo and Babakitoye. Work on dropping the night vigil should be announced quickly. Kale bere gbígbàdúrà ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. The night vigil. Kale bere gbígbàdúrà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àdúrà kìtìkìtì tó máa lọ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ days and weeks. Gbígbàdúrà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a máa lọ káàkiri. Ẹja ní sùúrù kí bàbá Akíntóyè kó announce night vigil. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní ìlú Ọ̀yọ́. Ẹ kú àmúmọ́ra. Ṣèyí Tinubu olórí burúkú ni kò ní ṣe nǹkan kan fún yín o. Mo ti fún wọn ní èpè láàárọ̀ ẹ lọ wo fídíò tí mo ṣe láàárọ̀ kí n tó wọlé. Let's talk about our experience. Ẹ má kí diaspora kankan sọ fún yín pé Nigeria is going to be a better place. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò lè better. It can never be a better place because the system, the foundation. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀gba Solomon lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mò ń bọ̀.
Àwọn information jẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ ọba Solomon ni o wípé ẹ ti increase owó àwọn copper sí 70,000 per month.
Okay.
But till now 33,000 wọ́n sì ń san fún wọn.
Imagine the government increased the copper allowances to 70,000, and yet somebody is still cutting corners and paying out 30,000. That is a jungle. That is why we call it a jungle. Government say pay 70,000 to the coppers that are doing very well. Alhaji Sultan, I want to go, but no way. I have no money to sponsor myself, but they are not giving me American visa. Okay, Emma Ben Mushari commenting. Nigeria is not functioning again since anything. Nigeria now is a scam. God bless Chief Sunday Igboho, Koiki, and me too. Yoruba Nation is the only solution. Thank you very much. Not Sultan of Sokoto. This one is proper Alhaji Sultan Homo Yoruba. But it would be nice to know your Yoruba name, sir. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I am your last man standing. I would make sure to remove the love of Nigeria from your heart. To bá gbọ́ Nigeria, wàá máa sá lọ fún Nigeria. No, I don't want to be called Nigeria. Do you know how many Nigerians are suffering because they are called Nigeria in the United Kingdom? Because the country does not have any value system for anybody. Moki Ogumola Abiodun, good morning to you for those that are listening on the Mixlr. Mighty 23, Moriembe, good morning. Omo Alade, keep trying, Alaji, don't give up. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ má give up, Alaji, pé ó ṣeé ṣe pé kí visa yẹn kó bọ́ sí níjọ́ kan, inshallah. Yes, I agree with that. And please don't ever let anybody around you say, don't travel, don't japa. No, they are the most useless set of people. Keep trying. If it fails now, give it a bit of more time to visa and pada sí wọn again until your visa will be approved. Go to Pastor Jerry, pray there. Go to Babalawo, pray. Go to Afa, pray. But don't be deceived. When you go out, you will see changes. That is what we have seen. That is what we are saying. But don't allow anybody to tell you that, oh, don't go abroad. Those are, especially if they are living abroad. If anybody living abroad telling you abroad is not okay, tell them you are coming. UK is not okay, tell them you are going. And kudos to the UK government that provided the COS to many people that came in. I have family friends, and they're still here. Some came with their children. Some came with 4 children. The children are in school now, though the parents are working hard without no benefit. That is the difference between me and them, because I have sacrificed 15 years to get my resident permit that has given my children the opportunity to become British citizen. You can see the difference. But ìwọ tó ṣẹ̀dí lánàá, oh, tí lo 3 years in the UK, oh mourn, oh pariwo, hey, iṣẹ́ yìí ti pọ̀ jù o. That is what you will have to sacrifice, because the jungle does not provide the kind of job for you. Stop being lazy. Ẹ ṣẹ̀dí lánàá ẹ pariwo. You cannot change from that job. You will remain on that job because that is the area the UK government need the info. But somebody like me, I can go and do Uber. I can do cleaning. I can go and restudy and go and become a scientist because I have a permit. It's different from yours. Okay. Okay. I hope you understand the difference. Ajiboye Najimun Sango Lade Mokinyi Mokinyi tẹ́ wà ní ìlú Abẹ́òkúta. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, I say good morning. Ajibade na wọ́n kí gbogbo lé o. We are talking about my experience living in this country. You can ask me any question. Koiki, throw any question to me, but I do not know how to get visa. The people that approve your visa, they are young people like you. They are scattered across different parts of the UK. Some of them, they're not even in London, outside London, lower. So when you submit your form, I don't know, I'm just assuming, but your form electronically comes to their desk in their office. They are just people like me. And they are wondering, why do you want to come to UK? You say, I want to come and study. Go to University of Ife and study. They don't have electricity. Their toilet is not good. If those things were working, yes, it's good to come and do partnership program, masters and all that. But we should first finish our PhD in Nigeria. But Nigeria doesn't have the system to support it. Is either you are going to bribe your lecturer all the way through. That is why your result, your certificate is as useless when you get to UK. Imagine the UK telling Nigerians to go and do English. You can see the fraud around this calling Nigeria. Do you know that you have to study, you have to go and do English before you are given a student visa? Abimoparo? I don't know. I'm sure I'm telling the truth now. You have to go and do English. Imagine. Imagine that. But when we say to our people, it is not meant to be like that. Hey, shut up. What do you know? They will abuse you because they don't have no brain. They don't know how those. How can UK tell us as Nigerians to go and study to have English before they can approve certain visa for you? The question is Nigeria not an English-speaking country? Are we speaking French? We are speaking English, but they don't respect your English because everything the UK does is all about the money. Do you know how many people have to do? I did it when I was in Nigeria. It's called the Moteranti. I did the O level. I couldn't do the A level, it's too much for me. But I did the O level when I was in Nigeria. But today now, people will continue to tell you, oh, Nigeria is a place that you should be. No, it's not a place to be because you would have to do English to get a student visa. The question we should ask the UK High Commissioner in Nigeria is Nigeria no longer an English-speaking country, even though we know it has 500 different languages? So In a country that has 500 different languages, you expect Tinubu to be successful. They joke. Continue to fool yourself. Let's hear what very dark man, I just saw it 36 minutes ago, what he's saying about Sheyi Tinubu. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let me quickly go back to Oba Solomon. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín, Mr. Rotella. It's called the IELTS. Olakunle, thank you very much for those of you. You see, this is why I like engagement. Don't expect that this brain is occupied with Yoruba nation. But sometimes, thank you so much, Mr. Rotella. And do you know that when I arrived in 1998, I have talked about this before. If you have been following Koikimedia properly, not the one that you just joined because they say Koikimedia is using Yoruba Nation money to do this and all. No. If you are genuinely listening to me, my Nigeria West Africa exam certificate, I came with it. I wanted to do a foundation at London Metropolitan University. I went there, I gave them the WAEC. The woman she knew about the WAEC. They know, look, Onyibo people knows more about your qualification more than you. The first thing she said to me is, do you have another exam that you have done before you came to this country? But because I failed that exam, I failed it. This IELT, mo fail, mo pass. I didn't get the kind of pass that you will say is a pass. I failed it. I said to the woman, I didn't know that in this country, you don't say people that you failed. It's only Nigeria they say you failed. This country, nobody failed. Because that is the way that they will know where to help you. But in Nigeria, they say you failed. You repeat the class in you. And we will then condemn him. I say I didn't do Mokoko Paro, definitely Nigeria, you paro now. I say I didn't do any exam. The woman said the problem we're having with this WAEC is that they don't have any office or any branch in the UK. So there's no way we can. I'm talking about 1998. Now it is easy because I requested from my school recently another transcript. I sent that transcript to a company in the UK. They converted it back for me to the standard of the qualification in the UK. I have it with me now. But in 1998, you know, things evolved. You cannot continue to live in denial that Nigeria is going to change. It's not going to change because the foundation is faulty. Anyway, eventually, I'm giving you my personal experience now so that you can know that. And don't say that because of my personal experience, I have never said don't travel. Please travel, but know where you're going. Especially there are some countries around the world, you got to be very careful. If you can get to UK, America, Canada, those three places, if you can get to some European countries, I'll leave it like that. But if you go to some countries, you can become trapped. Anyway, I said to the people, I say, at London Metropolitan, at Holloway, I said I didn't have another exam that I've done. The woman said that the problem that they were having as at the time is that there was no way they could confirm this result. Now I understand. Migba Yemo understand. The woman saw it, there's no way they can confirm this result. Which result? You can confirm it now. Anyway, the woman, Utman Mukia, good morning. Triple DRS. Before it is called, it is called TOEFL. Eshegoni. Mo wo náà pé ṣé IELT ló ń pè. Nígbà yẹn TOEFL ló ń pè lóòótọ́. TOELF. Nísìn ló ṣe ń pè ní IELTS. Because I did the exam, I think I did it, I finished in 95. Mo padà sí phase 2 ní 95 yẹn. Nígbà tí mo ṣe tán mo lọ gbé lọ́dọ̀ grandma. I think bí i 97 ni mo ṣe mi ní kí n lọ attempted. Mo fail ẹ̀. Ó lè bàjẹ́. Àbí àmọ́ they prepare fún ni. But do you know that, yes, TOEFL ló ń pè. Kò ń ṣe IET. A result of my practice in one of the center in Badon, one the UK home tell those nurses affected to leave their count. Benny, many nurses, Tolosh exam, maybe Connie Badon, center con. You think UK is as stupid as your politicians? Mumbo ni ben yema ye kinti kuru, ki ma ti gbenu kuru loro iti mo solo. Anyway, TOEFL is different from IETL. Okay. Ó dà pé TOEFL yẹn lèmi ṣe kò ń ṣe IET. Mumbo. Ẹ jẹ́ n check nǹkan kan. TOE. Because I requested for the result. Wọ́n padà send result ẹ̀ sí mi nígbà yẹn. Test for English as a foreign language. I think it's TOEFL ni mo ṣe nígbà yẹn. Mo lè lọ sínú email mi kí n lọ pull it out. But ẹ má bínú kọ̀ọ̀kan wá ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ tẹ́ bá ṣì ń gbọ́ mi lórí YouTube. I am muted. No, a call came through. That's why. Scarce Gold. Let's go. I think it should be better now. Somebody was trying to call me. It's okay now, yeah. I will still find out whether, I think it's TOEFL. TOEFL long quick, but I think it's IET. But let me come back to that area. Mo wá sọ fún woman yẹn. Mo wá ní, I did this exam, but I don't have my result with me. Woman, are you sure? Money, yes, I did it. Only don't worry. Ó kàn fún mi ní telephone number. Only ṣe mo mọ their reference number. You know, everything in UK is about reference number and all that. I can't remember exactly how she said it anyway. Money, I don't have it. Money results in mo kúrò Nigeria. Only don't worry, they can still search your name and they can get you, but you will have to pay. Money on your problem. And there, I called this, organization. They took my name, my date of birth, and right there they said they can see it on the system. Money at that, but I have to pay to receive it. I did pay, and they sent it to me. In Monday University, do you know that was more accepted than the exam Timosheni WAEC? They accepted that one that I failed than the West African Examination Council. It is just about Mumbo OLAYOMI KOIKI exam. Oníṣẹ́ kan tí mo fẹ́ wá nígbà yẹn nílùú yìí recently in the rail industry, and I was told that they need my school cert, but I need to convert it back to the UK standard. Mo wá sanwó, and I was given a hand. I wanted to do a network rail apprentice. I pity a lot of you. The man said, look, Yoruba Nation has actually taken me out of my own future. They mean not in future now. I want to lose iṣẹ́ tó ń pawó yẹn. I don't know any future. But iṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run bá yàn fẹ́yàn, tó bá ń sá fún, wà tó máa padà síbẹ̀. Let me take you to 2023. This communication I'm going to read is from 2020. Kelly, I'm just giving you a snip, especially in Taiwan, Nigeria. That doesn't. I don't know that those in the UK mọ̀ pé bọ̀bọ̀ tó dúró kọ́ yìí ó ń lo time kọ́lọ̀ bá wa kẹ́ni. Ṣètàbá wa tà ní ẹ fún wa lówó. Mo ní ìwé láti lọ ṣiṣẹ́, but ìkànnì yẹn máa mú. Ṣé mo lè wà níbi iṣẹ́ nísìnyí kí n máa ṣe Yorùbá Nation báyìí? Come out be me pay. What's going on, Mr. Koiki? You have a tax. Kódà kó jẹ́ pé kókò jókòó as a security doorman. O lè gbé fóònù mẹ́ta báyìí kó gbé laptop kó náà ń pariwo Yorùbá Nation àárọ̀ ọjọ́ Tuesday ní 11:15 ní UK. Ní ìlàjẹ́ sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ẹ support àwa, ẹ má ẹ̀ka wa tún máa ronú pé a tún fẹ́ lọ wáṣẹ́ kankan mọ́. Network Rail Apprentice Autumn Program 2022. Please find a certified translation attached. Below is the request from my school certificate result. This was an email of May 29, 2023 at 5 p.m. I replied back to Network Rail. And àwọn tó ń ṣe translation yẹn, àwọn tó bá wà ní UK, ẹ lọ Google ẹ̀. They are called the Kings of Translation Limited. This was not available in 1998 when I came to the UK. It was not available. Certificate of translation with the certificate number. I don't have to call that out because I'm sure you won't need that. Nígbà wo ló bá mi ṣe certificate of translation here? It was 29th of May 2023. Because people always think that bí àbàbá yóò níṣẹ́ ní UK. Mo ní journalist lèmi. But kò mí pé a lè attempt láti fi wá nǹkan mi tàtún máa ṣe. But tá bá lọ ṣe nǹkan mi, it will take us away from the work of this, especially if you are put all your life and dedicated for this program called Yoruba Nation. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé a ti sọ de rí. And we are grateful to many of you, happy to many of you that continue to dip your hands and say, Koiki, we don't have a lot, but we will continue to support you. Bokoto, ebi náà ní family. Mama Sowole, I have told you that me, ìwé tó fẹ́ mi as an example, ó ní kò ní benefit kankan nínú. I don't think some of you know what that even means. That is another, this is my experience, ni mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. Ìwé tí UK fẹ́ mi, one, you are not entitled to any public recourse. So, máa lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá wà kó jókòó sórí social media kó máa ní òṣìṣẹ́ problem tiẹ̀ nìyẹn àti ìwà àti ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. We Kings of Translation Limited, registered number, do hereby declare that this is a true and accurate translation of the original document presented to us. The work was performed by a professional in-house translator who is fully competent and qualified to perform the language translation below. Translated from English to English. Kọ́kọ́rúkọ ẹni tó translated. Their address, wọ́n wà ní W1T1JU. Kí ni wọ́n bá mi translate? Wọ́n translate result mi tí mo gbà ní Abẹ́òkúta Grammar School. What translated padà city standard ti Louis so that a lè wà presentable fine because tó bá fún wọn ní ti Nàìjíríà wọ́n ṣe máa nígbà tí mo send ẹ̀ fún network rẹ̀ wọ́n náà wọ́n understand it. Àwọn lọ ní kí n lọ ṣe translation ẹ̀ kó padà sí ti standard ti UK kí àwọn lè mọ bóyá mo pass mass ni o àbí mo fail because eléyìí tí mo gbé wáyé English language wọ́n kọ́kọ́ E8 English literature D7 Christian religious E8 government C6 Yoruba B3 bí ṣe pass okay àwọn convert padà báyìí but I am giving you my real result now ẹ ní sórí rẹ èyí tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé ká dákẹ́ ẹ ní kí Tinubu mú result ẹ̀ jáde báyìí bí mi ṣe mú jáde idiot all over the place mo ní mi ní máa yọ Nàìjíríà kúrò lẹ́mìí èmi ní last man standing lórí ìrìn àjò yìí I am giving you my true result tí mo ṣe ní certificate ní Abẹ́òkúta Grammar School at least aṣáṣe díẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ mọ̀wé mẹ́tẹ̀ ń bá deal tí mọ ẹni tẹ́ ń bá deal another dimension tó lélẹ̀ tó fi bá mú wá fún yín nísìn my own experience a ní experience yẹn nísìn 25 years ó cost me 15 years mo fi ń wá do you know what it means kó máa wá ìwé ìlú kan for 15 years kò ṣe pàwọn náà mọ̀nà láti dọ́gbọ́n sí nígbà yẹn èmi náà lè ṣèyàwó nígbà yẹn kí n ṣe àwọn arrange marriage a lè sọ yẹn kò ń ṣe wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa Ọlọ́run tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo ẹ lólú ẹ ti lọ ṣe ni bí aró eléyìí àjùtà gbé dání nísìn oríṣiríṣi àti máa jáde àwọn blogger oríṣiríṣi àti máa tako olúwẹ̀ Ọlọ́run prepare wa fún ìrìnàjò báyìí ni wọ́n bá mi ṣe translation yẹn details of a result of May 1st June 1994/1995 exam number mi wà níbí báyìí orúkọ mi Koiki Ọláyọmí ẹni kí Bọ́lá Tinubu fún wa ní sátífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wàyẹ́kẹ̀ genuine one ni o ẹni kó bá wa mú jáde tí Tinubu bá fi tiẹ̀ sórí social media máa fi tèmi sórí social media ẹni ṣoríire ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ dá kankan mọ̀ tá a bá dákẹ́ mo sọ fún yín pé ẹni tó jókòó yìí mo sọ fún yín pé àwọn mentor mi triple DRS mo tẹ̀ rí jẹ́ mo rí honourable Ṣẹ́gun Idris, mo kí ẹ jàre brother mi dáadáa, ẹja tẹ̀síwájú. Kí ni mo fẹ́ kọ́ bá mi ṣe ní 1998 nígbà tí mo mú result fún wọn ní university, wọ́n ní kò yá wọn, wọ́n wá gba èyí tí mo fail. And this is why we are saying that Nàìjíríà yẹn ṣé kò jẹ́ kó ti dájú yẹn lọ láti 1998. Many Nigerians are still struggling. Àwọn tó lọ university gan, they are still struggling to convert their result to come and do masters and whatever they want to do in the UK. But the most important thing is UK is telling us, I did English language at the secondary school. Mo pass. Àbí ìyẹn ṣá pass, ọkọ̀ pass sí. Mo ṣe English literature, Macbeth, gbogbo kìíní yẹn. Àwọn ọmọ mi nísìnyí náà máa ń rí wọn tó bá ń ṣe Macbeth. Mo pass. Mo ṣe government, mo pass, mo ní credit. Yorùbá good, èmi ò mọ bí ṣe pass Yorùbá o, bí a mo jíwèé wò nínú exam ni, I can't remember. Economics, àṣìgbà yẹn àtẹ understand economics nísìnyí àṣìwá understand economics nísìnyí pé economics in Nigeria galloping, ẹ̀rọ ti pastor yẹn, Nigerian economy is a galloping economy. Gallop ni, it can never be right. So what we are trying to give you today is just an experience of this young man called Koikimedia, that I will not have achieved what I have achieved in the UK if I was in Nigeria. And Nigeria is meant to be my country. Are we not meant to achieve more in your country than another man's country? That's why we are grateful to the United Kingdom for giving us the opportunity and the privilege today. For giving us the privilege to have lived here and add value to us, and we have also add value back to them. Muki brother mi Abiodun Monday. Mathematics, mo pass. Biology, mo gba credit. And that is the 8th subject that I did at the WAEC. But they refused to accept this result in 1998. And it is only now, okay, translation alone, okay. Actually, the result itself is the one below. Abeokuta Grammar School, PMB 306, Idiaba, Abeokuta, West African Senior School Examination Certificate. Detailed result, May-June 94/95. Exam index number. Name, Koiki OLAYOMI. English language, E8. English literature, D7. Christian religious, E8. Government, C6. Yoruba, B3. Economics, E8. Mathematics, E8. Biology, C7, C6. Ẹni kí Tinubu ka tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún yín. Ẹni kí Ṣèyí Tinubu kó jáde kó ka tiẹ̀ bí mi ṣe ka tèmi. That is my original result. Òkè yẹn ni wọ́n ti converted sí ti standard ti UK. But the standard tó bá wá ti Nàìjíríà ni pé English language, E8. English literature, D7. Christian, I was a Muslim. This is another factor that we are saying, that we are people that do not look at, our religion as a problem. Then, as a Muslim, instead of me to do Islam in secondary school, I did Christian religious knowledge. Mo Bible from top to, but at least mo ṣá ka Bible títí tá fi ṣe tán ní SS3. Orí ò pé wọ́n tó ń sọ pé ẹ̀sìn torí ẹ̀sìn la ṣe ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, bomb bastard, kò ní da fáwọn tó bí ẹ, mo dẹ̀ fi ṣe pé torí YouTube channel mi kan tí mo ń lò. I'm trying to be very conscious of what I say. And you're dead. You want to save Nigeria. I did Christian religious knowledge. My grade was E8. As a Muslim, ilé Mùsùlùmí ló bí mi sí, but mo lọ sí Christian school. Mo yẹ kí n ṣe Islam, mo padà ṣe Christian religious knowledge because I'm an art student. Mo ní government, àwa rí pé orin tí Wàsíù kọ pé government of the people and for the people is lie. It's not for the people. Tinubu government is not for the people. Let's listen to Oba Solomon and we come back again. And to give you the final part of my result, Yoruba B3, ẹ kọ sílẹ̀. Ẹni kí Ṣèyí Tinubu mú result school started jáde. Like I am telling you mine on a live show. Idiot all over the place. Come and tell me about one Nigeria. All this result is as useless as tissue paper when I got to the UK. Koni meaning. So that means that it's like we wasted all our years going to secondary school that does not have any value. Until I traveled, I knew that. Imagine going to secondary school. I think we got to secondary school 1990, 91, 92, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. 5 years. And you got a result. You brought the result to a country that colonized you. And they are telling you that that result, they are not going to accept it. I didn't know that until now. We realize, hey. So UK, you think you are smart. You told us that we are Nigerians. We did everything as Nigerians. We now come to your country, you rejected our certificate. Fraud. Fraud. It might be like I'm smiling, but it's a big disaster. And I pity all these young ones that are saying that you are finishing, you do NYSC. You cannot get a job. And you can see. So I paid a company in the UK to help me translate my result back to the standard where it can be used, because I wanted to apply to do, because I'm told that people that work in the rail industry, they get good money. They are paid very well. I didn't finally get it. Work by me, work by me. I don't know. I think it's because of my maths. I don't know. Not because of my age. It would have been fantastic for me if I was able to get into an apprentice as a rail network. Do you know rail network? Let me give you rail network in the UK. Number one. The rail network in the UK, they are called, let's look at first the value. The values. Who are we? Some of you don't know the kind of job that the Yoruba people will. Do you know the rail industry will be transformed across every network of Yoruba land? You will be busy. You will have too much job. We will have to open a portal where we will need more people to come in and work for us, but they will go through our immigration. That's exactly what America is doing. It says it doesn't want any alien in their country. Come to America legally, work here, contribute, set up a business, do very well, pay tax, and that's fine. Elon Musk is from South Africa and is doing very well in America. Many Nigerians that are different Yoruba, Igbo, they cannot do very well if they were operating in Nigeria. We own, operate, maintain, and develop the railway infrastructure in England. England, Ilu, land. Scotland, Ilu, and Wales. That is 20,000 miles of track, 30,000 bridges and tunnel and viaduct, and thousands of signals, level crossing and station. We manage 20 of the country's largest stations. The rest, over 2,500, are run by train operator. That is what I wanted to do. But they normally have this apprentice program. They will train you. You know you'll be paid while you are training. They will for me. Báwo mo tún ṣe lè ṣàlàyé fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nílé náà? But your future is not bright in Nigeria. Well, I mean, if you can get to UK and you manage to get into any of this industry, subject to what visa to buy, don't come with a tourist visa and say you are going to work. The ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú tourist visa. When you come to the UK, you could end up finding yourself in big wahala. And if you come as a COS for care, forget about working in the network industry. network rail, because that is not the sector. It is people like us that have resident permit or those that have British passport. Because in Kenya, you think that when you come to UK, you can do any job. No, come and do it. But when we have a Yoruba country, we will replicate every goddamn job for you and for me. Can I be the only one to work in 30,000 bridges and tunnels if we also start working to fix our network rail industry in Yoruba land? Am I going to be the one? And 20,000 miles of tracks. I'm just using this as a template. Our purpose and role. Our purpose is to connect people. Àwọn ènìyàn. Connect èèyàn síbí báyìí. Tí bá fẹ́ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́ mi ní Nottingham nísìnyí, wọ́n ló máa ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì o. Akọni Koiki yóò ló fi wá. Ṣé ń bẹ́ẹ̀ búùkẹ̀ ni àbí kò búùkẹ̀ fún rẹ? Ó yẹ bá ń búùkẹ̀. Máa wọ train, wọ́n máa jáwó lọ́wọ́ káàdì wọn. Kò ń ṣe free service. Má ṣe. Ìyá ti jẹ àwọn youth wa nílé. Everybody wọ́n ṣe content. Youth tó yẹ kó wà níbi tí ó máa design train track. Wàá kọ́kọ́ gbé lọ sínú orí tébùlù yín. Ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tó máa engineer tó máa design ẹ̀, tó máa draft ẹ̀. Ẹ ṣáà ti yé yẹn, ẹ máa jẹ́ architect. A kọ́kọ́ wò pé ṣá lè gbẹ́gbá orí omi yẹn ni no. Omi Ọ̀ṣun nìyẹn, Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo. A lè gbé train gbàbẹ yẹn. Tó bá dijọ́ Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo, àwọn èèyàn máa wá síbẹ̀. Okay, ṣé ká gbégbé yẹn? Ẹ tún lọ wẹ̀yìn yẹn. No, ó máa destroy àwọn forest kọ̀ọ̀kan tí a fẹ́ reserve. Àwa wà níbi tá a ti ń ṣe recharge card. Orí ò lè pé mọ́ tó bá dé stage kan. Because ìwọ tó jẹ́ engineer, òun á ta recharge card lójoojúmọ́ for 5 years. Brain yẹn ò lè function mọ́. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple down. Koiki, you can do more than what you are doing. The people are only living for the day service. They don't think of tomorrow. If not, we won't be where we are today. I am telling you my own personal experience in the UK. Our purpose and role. Our purpose is to connect people and goods with where they need to be. Where do you need to be as a Nigerian? Where? You want to go to Enugu with the dead trap roads, with the system that is not working. You want to go where? You want to do what? Monique, can I send logistic from Kwara? I don't want my logistic to get to Lagos. My business is in Kwara. My goods needs to move from Kwara to London. Is it possible? It's not possible. Because these politicians are not, they are not thinking the dreams that we are already emphasizing. Kwara, we have one of the biggest hub that you can move goods. Ekiti will have the same. Osun we have the same. Oyo we have the same. We have the expertise. We have the people. And you don't need the people. You are the people. So when you come and say, who is going to be our leader? Oriope, you are also a leader. You will be controlling one sector. And there will be multiple sectors. Idiot all over the place. And you want a vision in Nigeria? It cannot be. You cannot get the vision. You think Tinubu will give you the vision? Tinubu is living his life, just like Buhari lived his life as a president. Jonathan lived his life. Yar'Adua died. Obasanjo is still living his life. They don't care about you. That's why Babakito is saying, you are not talking about people. He's asking about it. I am not hearing about, because Babakito knows the value of people. Do you know that video that we normally play? You are not talking about the people. I am not hearing people. I am not hearing people. All I'm hearing about, you are supporting the government. We're talking about the people. This is an organization that is connecting the people and the goods. You think that you'll get a leader in that jungle that will connect the people and the goods? Where is the goods itself? When you import every goddamn thing that you use, including the tissue paper. when we are not producing anything in that madness jungle, Nigeria, you are called. It is time that you wake up from your slumber. It is time that you realize that the dream is only when we have a Yoruba country, nothing less, nothing more. You can still japa, but our country japada, but I japada was in Nigeria. Because how do I live in the UK for 25 years with this kind of standard, and you want me to relocate back to the jungle and walk in the jungle and do what in the jungle and come to your level? Oh, no, we can't. I'm sorry. No, we can't. I want to live in the tech age. I don't want to go back to the analog, because Nigeria is the analog. You're listening to Koikimedia. My experience living in the UK in 25 years. We would continue to do it as part of our awareness program. So going back and moving forward quickly, I've given you different areas. There are many areas that I can talk about. How my wife gave birth. I can talk about it. I did not pay Shingbai. All I know that we got to hospital and they say, push, push. And I was pushing as well. As my wife was pushing me too, I was pushing. And we were giving everything. Is that the same way if your wife goes to hospital in Nigeria? Is your wife also being well treated by the matron? They are not pinching your wife while she was trying to give birth. They are not saying that Alonike Lobara Yinsun and start abusing and using all kinds of languages. I live in a country that is not mine. And my wife was given the best treatment during the birth of my children. Is that the same thing with you? Do you have to be looking for money? Tọ́lọ̀ bá tún wá mú ẹ kó sọ pé CS níyàwó ẹ̀ máa fi lóyún ló máa fi bímọ yẹn. Wàá rí ọ̀run wàá sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá. Nigeria is not gonna work. Moki Caroline, good morning to you, my beautiful, beautiful sister from Louisiana. I say, God continue to bless you, sir, for opening the minds of the people at home. We love them, but their mind is blocked. And it is my job to open your mind that you can be who you want to be, but not in the jungle known as Nigeria. Allow the Biafra to go. Nnamdi Kanu returns to court again in 3 days. Allow him to go. The Biafra wants to build a system that works so that they can stop all those drugs from their people that are taking drugs. Because those taking drugs should not be part of the Biafra. They will deal with them. A real true Biafra, a true businessman will not need to do drugs. But the one that is doing drugs will be dealt with. That's why they don't want Biafra. They are against Biafra. They are as criminals as the Yorubas as well. Let everybody go and deal with their criminals. I say a Yoruba man and Yoruba woman, they want to take a Yoruba woman house in London, in Dagenham. The woman, I was talking about it before I move again to another area. Somebody say, if you don't have money, you will push out with your pregnant wife. They will push you out. That did not happen when my wife was giving birth to my son, my children. We were welcome. Say, welcome, Mr. Koiki. It is time for your wife to push. I say, push? Should I help her to push? No. We just say push. I say, push. And the baby say, yeah. And those children are growing very fast. I don't need nothing more than continue to do the fatherly job for them. Idiot all over the place. Thank you so much. If you're new to my platform, I welcome you. Jamo Abiodun, good morning. Only the God bless this Koikimedia. Miko Adiola Babamidada. Only problem now is Nigeria. Yoruba people needs to go. Showore cannot fix Nigeria. Adedayo Guntade Mokinyi. Let's move swiftly because we want to stick to 3 hours. I might still come back as usual. You know me. So we have the last 1 hour. If you want to call it, oh, somebody has sent a request. Let's quickly bring this person in, and please make it snappy. We haven't got time. Go straight and speak to us. Go ahead. Oh, it's gone out again. Maybe network. The Yoruba people. Okay, is there? German, quickly, let me hear what you want to say before I move forward, because I still have a few more areas to cover. Okay, go ahead and let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you for the job you are doing. What I just wanted to contribute is you have been calling out the criminal politicians, Tinubu and others. Elofa is not even a criminal, he's a terrorist. But you haven't called out Peter Obi.
Yeah, sorry. I call him all the time, but you know, I think Peter must be doing voodoo for me. So that's why I'm not calling him. But now that you've mentioned him, I will start calling him out. I do call him out all the time. But go ahead, my brother.
I'm from Anambra State. And Peter Obi is the worst. Like Peter Obi is the worst. Peter Obi is worse than Tinubu. Peter Obi, why? Let me tell you. Let me prove it to you. Peter Obi is giving people hope of new Nigeria.
Hey.
What do you mean by new Nigeria?
Explain.
What do you mean by? Are you going to go back and fix the foundation? Are you going to wind time back? We are giving people hope of new Nigeria. Almost everybody have given up on Nigeria. But Peter Obi, they are doing that. The more you look, the less you see. First, he's not going to become president. They will never allow him. That's no problem.
Okay.
And he knows this. So why are you not giving people hope of new Nigeria? Deceiving people. Deceiving people. When you know that Nigeria can never work. Okay, let us assume now that somehow, Peter Obi managed to become the president. So after his 8 years now, the Fulani that are killing everybody, with all of their repents out of all of a sudden, or will the criminals stop stealing money? Or after his 8 years, everything is just going to go back to the usual way, the usual criminal system. Okay. So I don't know the new Nigeria is talking about. I don't know. I don't even know. I've not voted anybody in this country. I've not voted before. Okay. But if I'm to vote first, I will vote what is his name? Shawole. I don't know how to pronounce that his name. It's even more capable than that Peter Obi.
So let me, for the benefit of we the Yoruba people, so what is this agenda about this Peter Obi? Because we keep hearing Peter Obi. Even some Yoruba people bought into is deceived and deceit lies. Many Yoruba people supported him there.
Peter Obi is like, the more you look, the less you see. Peter Obi don't know. Peter Obi is very dangerous and people don't know. His ambition is to become the president. That's his only ambition, because he knows that Nigeria can never work. He knows this more than you. He just wants to become the president, and people are not seeing this. People are too blind. I don't know. Obi movement. After his 8 years, what will not happen? What will not happen? After 8 years, so another criminal will not come out and become the president, or the Fulani that are killing people will just repent all of a sudden, or is he going to tell us to give them land for Luga so that peace will reign? After the 8 years, then they will not pick up their arms again and start wiping people. I don't know his plan. I don't know. That guy is worse than Tinubu.
So we should be very. So what you are saying is, if I'm right, that Koiki, please continue to mention this Peter Obi, because you are talking about Tinubu. Forget about Tinubu now. This Peter Obi is dangerous.
Tinubu is just a criminal. He's just there to steal money. But Peter Obi, I don't know. Peter Obi is like working with the Fulani people. I don't know. Peter Obi is more dangerous than that Tinubu.
No, okay, let me play a devil advocate. I hope it's not like you have something in common with Peter Obi. You are coming here to come and talk nonsense about it. Because the way you are talking, you are making us to be more scared. We thought Tinubu is a drug baron. I only talk about he's a criminal. Pure criminal.
Drug baron is after money. Drug baron is after money. What is Peter Obi after? You don't know.
Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá o, eléyìí náà ó ní kẹfì, hold on, make I explain for Yorùbá for my people. Ó ní Tinubu àti gbà pé ó lè ní drug baron. Ó ní bọ̀ Peter Obi tẹ̀ mọ́ tó ń bá bọ̀. Wàhálà wà báyìí ní Nàìjíríà. Gbóhùn sókè. I dey hear you, my brother. I just dey translate to my people, no verse. I dey hear you.
A desperate man, is more dangerous than than a drug baron.
Ha!
You see, Peter Obi just want to become the president, and he can make any deal to become the president.
Ha!
He can make any deal. Just like
family Minilaro.
Just like Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Hey, it looks like your virus don't touch one of my people for online. He said, Koiki, stop talking. Leave this guy to talk. Oh. The guy talking about Peter Obi is telling the truth. Oh. And when a Yoruba man says somebody talking the truth, that means saying what you are talking is true. So you are saying that we should be more careful with Peter Obi, Koiki.
Peter Obi is my brother. I'm going to Anambra State.
Eh?
So Peter Obi is a Nnamdi Azikiwe made deal. Hand middle belt over to Fulani. That's the deal Nnamdi Azikiwe made. Nigeria won. That's the deal. So Peter Obi is going to make the worst one.
Hey, this man don't make us scared today now. Eh?
See, I want to say because of Amigo man, let me support Obi. Peter Obi is very dangerous.
Okay, maybe that is why, because I remember as Peter Obi come London, he changed from PDP, go to Labour Party. As he entered that door, number 10 Downing Street, he come out, he do press conference, he said, I'm no longer part of PDP, I'm going to be Labour Party.
Peter Obi says, Peter Obi might even jump into SDP. That guy is desperate. He's so desperate that he's going to sell all of us. He's so desperate that these people might tell him, oh yeah, you're going to become, Fulani might tell him, oh yeah, you're going to become president, but just open the border for us and give us land for Luga in all the states. He will say, if I do this, you stop killing people. Yes, they will agree. And he might give all of them land in all the states. As a president, nobody will talk. You know, Nigeria doesn't have any principle of law.
Okay.
It's only the law that the president decides is the one that's going to be active. So if Peter Obi say, give them land in all the states, you are not going to do anything. If you talk, you will just send them to kill you or arrest you. And if you give these people land finish, these Fulani are very wise. They are always step ahead. If you give them land finish. Last, when Peter Obi finish in 8 tenor, come down. They will not pick up their arms again. I don't. Oh, this Peter Obi. Anything you see, this Biafra and Oduduwa nation, Yoruba nation. Why people are not focusing on this? Why people are not focusing on this topic? It's mainly because of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is promising them new Nigeria.
Okay. Let me ask you. When he's talking about new Nigeria, what exactly is he going to come out with this new Nigeria?
I don't know if it will be planned. Okay, first of all, I saw one man yesterday, the first day. He posted something and said, Nigerian oil have been sold 30 years ahead. So now, Peter Obi, is he going to break that deal, or when he becomes president, to give us 24-hour slide, or what is he going to do? He won't do anything. He just wants to become president. That is ambition.
By all means.
Okay, when Tinubu was campaigning, he said, if he did not give us 24-hour slides, we should not vote him again.
He said so now. He said so, yeah.
Yeah, people say so. So that's why I'm telling you, all these things they are saying doesn't matter. Their main goal is to become that president. And they just want to make history for themselves. Finish. Finish. That guy, new Nigeria.
Okay, so we will be shouting Peter Obi to the Yoruba people that are gullible, thinking that Peter Obi will do something for them.
That obedience movement is to receive these people. That's his name
Sanwo-Olu. Yes, Sanwo-Olu.
Sanwo-Olu. That guy, that one himself, if I'm to vote, I will vote him, but the thing is that I'm not voting anybody in this Nigeria. So Sanwo-Olu ready to arrest all these Fulani terrorists, starting from Elo-5 to Sultan of Sokoto, all these people that are murdering people in Nigeria. Because the thing is that we know all of them that are killing people. Sanwo-Olu have the mind to arrest all of them. But Peter Obi, if Peter Obi enter there, he go just dey vex them, not like Jonathan. He go just dey vex them. They negotiate with them.
This guy dey vex.
That's the new Nigeria is
promising. Okay. New Nigeria. All right. Thank you so much. Somebody say even New Nigeria is 419. Let's go to Omoakin. We'll come back to you, Joman. Joman has blown our brain away. I didn't even want to go that area. Joman now bring another area. Say, Koiki, I dey watch you, I dey listen. Every time you go to abuse Tinubu, you can't leave Peter Obi. Do you know the agenda of Peter Obi? Omake, let's hear from you. We are almost there this morning. Don't go away. I hope you enjoy my experience living in the UK in the last 25. You can ask me questions, but please, I do not do visa. I am not a visa agent. I am only giving and sharing my honest views of living in this country, that it is far better opportunity that was given to me. I will never have achieved that opportunity if I was meant to live in Nigeria. Omaki, go ahead. I will still want you to speak before we pick any call. Go ahead, Omaki.
Yeah, good afternoon.
We can hear you, sir.
My brother, to back you up, I would say like this: to be a politician in Nigeria, you have to have a criminal record.
Which one be this one again?
To be a politician in Nigeria, you have to have a
this
criminal
my
record.
audience this morning. They are angry.
Record, you are going nowhere. So let me start from this. You see, no politician in Nigeria, they are all the same. They are all the same. You see the people you are talking about. If you are looking at him right now, he's very desperate. Sitting down with Alimongiri, eating with them, just because he wanted to be the president. That is it. And come to balance. You see, Tinubu, all their steps they make for them to reach that power. If you are a youth in Nigeria, you want to be any politician, any position in that Nigeria, you have to go to the same route. Look at Tinubu. Just sit down. You matter. See, you see the Sowore you are saying you want to vote for. They will never, ever.
Sowore, our own guy. They will not give Sowore any opportunity anyway. But go ahead.
They will never, like, we are just saying. They will never, because you have to go the same route they go to.
Yeah.
Sitting with the criminal, sitting with the bandits. Meeting with them. You can see how Tinubu is going hard. In the next, how many couples are there, but it will never reach to that side. You will see him. You will say he wanted to be a governor or something. But he will never. Kakatite is going to tell Lagos governor.
Let me ask, the two of you before I take calls. What actually is Tinubu looking in the north? Is he campaigning on his dad for 2027, or is he going to the north to campaign because he wants to be governor of Lagos State? What actually is the reason why he's traveling, going everywhere and talking to us and saying, you are abusing my father, you are calling my father this and that? The two of you, before I go, let me start with Omake. Why is Tinubu, the president's son, going to Yola, going to the north, giving them food? Is it for campaign 2027 or for his own ambition in 2027 as the governor?
To my own knowledge and to my own understanding, if you are looking at Nigerian politics, that is how it is from the beginning. They go there because they see no matter how you want to be something in Nigeria, the North give you the voice. So if you are saying anybody, the North is the controller of Nigeria.
Okay.
So Tinubu, you are saying,
yes,
only for his own himself.
Okay.
For your own campaign.
Okay.
To be a governor of Lagos State.
Okay.
Likewise, the same thing for his father.
Okay.
2017 campaign. Now, 2027 campaign. It's already started.
So the agenda is 2027. Let's go to German. Tinubu traveling up and down like yo-yo, spending money in millions of naira to the northerners. What is the agenda behind it?
The person that spoke now said the North, if the North did not give you hand, you will become. But the truth is that there's nothing like the North. What we have there is Fulani. And he's going there to go look for God's father. These people are always planning ahead.
Hold on, John man, don't blow my head here. I thought Jagaban is a godfather. What is Tinubu looking for godfather again?
Godfather, I tell you, Fulani owns this country. They are not dragging it with anybody. If Tinubu did not look for godfather, he will just end up like Abiola. Look for godfather. He's going to look for godfather. These Fulani people, these Fulani people, they have hidden agenda for us, and when the thing will start, even Peter will be nowhere to be found. When these people start their true agenda, it's going to be that for Godfather. That's just the thing. It's going to be for Godfather, because the owner of Nigeria has to approve it for you. So Sultan of Sokoto and the rest, they have to approve you before you can come unless if you do not meet them, you are looking for war. So you must meet them.
You must meet them.
You must meet them.
Okay. We'll come back to you. For the last 40 minutes of the program to end, it's going to be 3 hours. We're already 2 hours, 17 minutes. Don't run away. Contribution is welcome. Thank you so much. It's my experience, 25 years living in the UK. The studio line is +44 7404405917. You can ask questions in the comment section. Thank you so much. Aziz Badeshere just sent us a super chat. We appreciate. We love the money aspect as well. Stone Cold say, Koiki, please now. What's going on with your mixer? We used to hear you clearly before. It seems something is wrong. What we I got a call coming through. I'm coming quickly. Let's quickly see who is at the door. Maybe it's a postman. 1 minute. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So it's a parcel that have come to the house, and as usual, that man has just done a job and he'll be paid for next week, because you get paid weekly in this country or monthly. So as we are saying on this platform, it's an honest platform that gives it to you raw, the way you want it. Sometimes we could be very abusive. Sometimes you can see that the program this morning is more like trying to open the minds of the Nigerians. You are not Nigerians. You are indigenous people until they created this monster, a jungle, where everybody now is like, pa, 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 pa. We can return back to where we are before, shared borders. We can have borders between Biafra and Oduduwa. We can have border between Fulani, and we will decide whether we're going to let them come in, because America will not allow terrorists to come into their country. They will block them. So we can block them, but right now, as they are Nigerians, which we know they are not, because Fulani is not part of us, Mokini Wibu Ilaro, Stone Cold, bear with us, we will fix the problem of this sound. So what I'm trying to invest is to buy a proper, extended wireless mic, a Rhoda mic that we can continue to connect and pin it here, because it seems that the laptop is not picking enough of my voice back into the feed. And I had this problem when I was in Africa as well. But trust me, we are going to rectify it. So bear with us on that. So thank you so much. I really do that. So what we are saying is that, I want to take this call coming through before, let me call it back. The future of anybody saying Nigeria will work, I am saying and asking, as a diaspora, do you think that you would have achieved everything you want if you were meant to be in Nigeria? Hello, caller. Are you calling to?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Koiki.
Egbos, okay. Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's still good morning because it's 11:30 a.m. here as well. Only if you're in China and Australia is afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Mr. Koiki. Ní sọ English ẹja sọ Yorùbá torí program Yorùbá ni.
Well, I will still translate because we have all our audience that are not Yoruba, but go ahead. It's permitted. I saw Yoruba.
Yeah, Mr. Koiki, ìlú tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà yẹn ìlú yẹn ò ṣèlú. 1. Number 2, epo tó ń rìfáìnì nílùú yẹn. Wọ́n ti kó àwọn ṣíìpù bíi 10 jọ tó ń gbé epo yẹn o. Wọ́n máa wá ń lòdù ẹ̀ tó ń kó lọ sí Cameroon. Wọ́n ń ta epo ní Cameroon ní 200 naira.
Okay.
To 500 naira. Ìlú yẹn ò ṣèlú o. Tí ìjà bá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìlú yẹn, Mr. Koiki. Ọwọ́ gọ́vnà wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo gọ́vnà lẹ Yorùbá. Gbogbo ọwọ́ ọba Yorùbá. Ọwọ́ gbogbo wọn wà níbẹ̀ pátápátá. Gbogbo junction gbogbo lẹ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti fi àwọn tó ń fún wọn ní rẹ́kọ̀d. Ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n lo Nigeria Army. Wọ́n lo Nigeria Navy. Wọ́n lo Nigeria Single Defense. Wọ́n lo OPC. òru ó níbi kan tó ń pè ní Lagos Anchorage SBN.
Lagos Anchorage. They are loading petrol and diesel from there. That's what the young man is saying. Just I think any sort. I think is that not the same? Is that Kilongbe LL Kilekbe? SBN. They are loading from there and moving raw product from crude oil to diesel to Cameroon. And I think a brother from the immigration from that side stopped it the other time. And not a brother here. He came out and stopped those tankers. Said, no, you're not going anywhere. Today, we don't know what has happened. Mokiri Germany. Diesel. Okay.
Wọ́n ti kó gbogbo Nigerian ship lọ síbẹ̀ láti Togo, wọ́n move ẹ̀ lọ sí Cameroon.
Wow.
Wọ́n ta epo Nigeria ní Cameroon ní 500 naira, 300 naira, 500 naira,
wow.
300 naira.
Wow.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ fi ìlú sílẹ̀ báyìí. Dangote ó ti gbé contract yẹn fún àwọn company kọ̀ọ̀kan. Yorùbá nìsan lè ní ṣe láti ilẹ̀.
Okay.
Àsìkò tí tó ta máa tú àṣírí gbogbo wọn báyìí.
All right. We need to continue to expose them. Definitely. Mo gbádùn yín o.
Wọ́n ti pínra wọn ọ̀nà mẹ́fà náà pínra wọn sí. Tọ́ra ń gbé epo yẹn lóru. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tepo fún wa ní Nàìjíríà ní 2000.
Wow. Oda. Eshegoni, the caller has given us something that we've known before, but it seems that this caller knows more about the sector because everybody works in different sector, even though the job are not permanent, in Nigeria. So any sophomore that they are moving diesel out of Lagos State to Cameroon via Togo. And we know that because if you remember, there was a brother that came out some time ago and stopped the tankers and said they're not going anywhere because you cannot continue to take these products out of Nigeria. We are just 37 minutes to the end of this transmission. My 25 years experience living in the UK. There's a lot that we can talk about. But one of the things that in my 25 years is UK has its own issues, but I think we have been able to be given a good security until 2006 in the UK when there was a terrorist attack. You might think that, so UK is so peaceful, Koiki, so there's no problem. No, I'm not here to defend that. There was a serious terrorist attack in 2006. 52 people died, if not about 50. I can Google it quickly. It was a disaster. Nobody expected it, but it happened. Triple DRS says, that's why we deal with these people as much as we can. They are not for us, they are for themselves. Politicians in Nigeria are criminals. 2006, UK was attacked. No, 2005. I take it back. It was not 6. And I'm on the British Transport Police. And I was right with the number of the people that died, 52. I have never experienced any of such before. I can't remember where I was in 2005 in terms of pinpoint, but we started hearing that UK is under total lockdown. Nobody's going anywhere. Why? Because it was called the 7/7. It was July. Let's go to the British Transport Police. Have we made any changes? Even if Nigeria was meant to be great, let's say people have been attacked. Have they done anything different to stop the attack? The answer is no. It is called the London bombing of 2005, British Transport Police website. On the 7th of July 2005, 4 suicide bombers. These are people that have British passport. Imagine the ones that doesn't even have Nigerian passport I swore, dealing with people in the southeast, when you see the massacre happening there, you will be asking, is this Simon Ekpa that is doing it, as we were told? Simon Ekpa has been where he is right now, just like Igboho has been pushed out, yet these killings are still taking place. I'm sure Yoruba people are also saying, hey, is Simon Ekpa is disturbing the peace in the southeast. Simon Ekpa is not in the picture, is not in the news anymore since November, and yet atrocities of killings is still happening in the southeast. The question is, who is behind it? Who are those behind the killings? Are there, because Yoruba people always say, yeah, they're killing themselves there. It's Simon Ekpa that is killing people there. But Simon Ekpa is not there. Just like when Igboho was coming out to say, look, let's stop it. They said, no, Igboho, shut up. They pushed him out. Igboho is not in Yoruba land now, and there are killings happening. 26 people died 2 weeks ago, precisely now, this weekend, in Akure. Do you know that that is a huge number? But not that things don't happen in the UK. My experience, I'm talking about. Let's go back to the London bombing of 2005. Because I don't want Nigerians to say, so is it because you're living in UK? Is there no problem in the UK? Oh, yes. There's even stabbing. People get stabbed and they get killed. But I am still better off in this country than coming to Nigeria. Because I know that after this bombing, there was a lot of changes, rapid changes in the security network. Then even after the 2011 Twin Tower, that was like another 6 years after these. Whether it's a conspiracy theory, there's a lot of things that has happened there, but the world security changed, but Nigeria one has been left open. Could it also be that interference of the foreign countries as they are having interest in Nigeria? There were 4 suicide bombers that struck the London Transport Network. Do you know what it means when they say London Transport Network? They're proud of it. The UK is proud of it, but it was a job that was done during the slave trade. People were used to dig the tunnel. 52 people died and 770 people were injured. Some of them, their life changed completely. 770 people were affected with all kind of injuries. Some of them, their life changed completely. Some of them, they cannot live upstairs. They have to bring them down to a house that is on the ground. Is that the same with the killings in Owo, Ondo State? Is that the same with the killings in the northern part? And that is why Trump administration, I'm coming back to there, says enough of the Christian killing. We will not accept it anymore. As the US Congress moves to sanction Nigeria, I can't wait. Let them sanction Tinubu as well. Sanction Atiku, sanction Peter Obi. They say we can mention Peter Obi as well. They are all criminals. And Wiki, we're a Wiki. The US, and I'm reading this from, you can go and, because I like to give reference to where we are reading from, because I can't read it off air. You can go to persecution.org, International Christian Concern. Nigeria is not only a Muslim country, but they are pushing the agenda to dip their Quran inside every part of Nigeria. Imagine trying to even convert people in the southeast to Islam. We have Muslims in the southeast, you'll be surprised. Good Muslims. But they want to now convert the whole of southeast. And you say that there's no problem. There is massive problem. The US Congress moves to sanction Nigeria. We come back to that. Let me kick to the London bombing, because they'll say, Koiki, you are running away. You don't want us to know what happened in London. 2005, I was already how many years in the UK? I calculated for me. Remember, I came to UK 98. And this was the first time I was like, wow, they talk about terrorist bombing them. I could have been one of those injured. Just like some of you are saying, shut up, nothing is happening in Nigeria, until you become a victim. Until you will be a victim, and then you start saying, one Nigeria has happened to me, the jungle. I could have been the one affected. I used the London transport. It could have been, even those that were on the bus, they were affected. It was the suicide bombers. These people were not joking. They were trained by the Al-Qaeda. They returned back to the UK. You know when you have that British passport, they don't vet them like me and you. Because a British passport holder is like carrying, whatever it means to you. But when it is a Nigerian passport, they go vet them very well. Hope this one will be Chinedu. Hope this one will be Olawale. Where is it going? But a British passport holder, I will not give you the background of the people so that we don't castigate every one of them, because I can mention it, but for the purpose of this transmission, I will not. But you can as well guess that who are the kind of people that could have become a suicide bomber in the UK? Are they Nigerians? The one with the hustle. The Igbo man we won't buy parts from Renam and send it to Nigeria. The Yoruba man we won't go do business. They are not into terrorism, but that does not mean that we did not have Adebowale, a Yoruba man that wanted to chop the head of a guy in UK, in Woolwich. They are now in Belmarsh. They were converted to Islam and they become terrorists. But we are not talking about those two yet. We're talking about who could be the ones behind these. So when some of you are saying the Yoruba people they are going to be full-blown terrorists. And Yoruba those Yoruba that you are saying that we should leave them alone, they will become the threat to us if we do not do something now. We play too much, Yoruba people. We have converted everything to play. My team, we are almost ending the program. I've not seen account details. Maybe you forgot. We need money. Yes, BBC cannot run without money. Tinubu is using Lagos State money to run TVC. Don't come and tell me nonsense here. We need money. And we pray that some of you that are supporting us, God will continue to enrich you so that you can support us. 3 of the blasts happened on the London Underground at a peak period. People will want to kill somebody. They will go at the time where there are many people. And they will just do bugger, boss. So Yoruba people, I pray that it is not when you are having that big occasion. Terrorists don't care whether you are Muslim, you are Christian, you are Babalawo, you are Yalawo, you are Igbo, you are Hausa. They will deal with everybody. Because when these people were attacking, they did not say that we are only going to attack one particular set of people. Because imagine the network rail. Oyibo dey there, Asia dey there, Igbo dey there, Yoruba dey there, all countries around the world. Somebody say, Koiki, that was 27 years, not 25. It's 27. So I'm 27 years in this country. Yeah. I'm on me too. I don't become old man. No. That means I've spent 27 years of my life outside. I show up with 27 put the RS. Me had the age money. Oh yeah, me corrected. 1998 to 2025. I think that's 25 years now. I think it's going to be 26 this year, September. Me add the age more. Let's go back quickly because of our time is running out and I only have 25 minutes left. They attacked a London transport system that people, they go to work at the peak in this country. If you don't have a 1-week travel pass and you're going to go out and just buy one day, is either you wait till 9:30 for the peak time to go. If you go before 9:30, you are going at the peak time. It's 27 years if you came in 1998. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's 27. So I better go and edit that part that says 25. Because somebody just said, Koiki, it can't be 25. You have now spent 27 years of your life in the UK and you're sharing your experience with us, and we are grateful to have you as one of the strong media campaigning for your people right now to live a life like you have lived in the UK during that period. Thank you so much once again, 27 years. So let's go quickly. At exactly 8:50 in the vicinity of Aldgate, Edgware, and Russell Square, devices were going out simultaneously. So some of you that say that they cannot attack Yoruba land. when they attack, it will be simultaneous. I pray it does not, but that prayer is like saying to something that is already inside. Southwest governor urged to stop kidnap, I don't call them herdsmen, terrorists with Yoruba security network. Southwest governor have been urged to intensify effort to curb the activities of the kidnappers and the terrorists operating, I don't call them herdsmen, operating in the region. This is coming from the Prince Eniola Ojajuni. You've all heard him spoken on Sunday. They say at the play 4 years ago, this guy, what's wrong with this guy? Is he got mental problem? Why is he shouting break up Nigeria 4 years ago? I know some of you have repented. It's good to repent. And I hope those of you supporting obedience will repent back and support Biafra. And don't abandon that man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they are bringing him back to court. I believe on Friday. The whole of Southeast will be locked down. I have seen the communique. Yoruba man, don't travel on Friday and say you are going there. They say lockdown, it's locked down. That is the only way they can tell the government their pain. Because I want to travel and see what will happen to your head. Let's go back to the London bombing of 2005 by 4 particular same set of people. But I don't want to give you their ethnicity so that, but just start thinking that, who could that be? So your Yoruba man is saying, nothing is going to happen. All this extremist view that is coming out now on a daily basis in Yoruba land, it will be danger if we do not do something now. The 4th device, the guy knew that they have already shut down the rail network. You know what he did? He left the train. We still the device on. At 9:47 a.m., on a bus, I could have been on that bus that had been diverted by Tava Square, close to the BTP headquarters. The BTP was at the time, the building became a base for the walking wounded to assemble in. 52 people died in 2005 in the UK. So don't think that it's because we live in the UK, we are trying to make Nigeria look like is a jungle. But what I'm saying is that there was that is the first time I go witness say, the fear attack UK. But UK has now beefed up. Oh my God. After that 2005, because they started calling out everybody to say, you should have stopped it. Because those people that did the attack, they were already under the radars. And yet, they let them go. But Tinubu, our own man. Somebody say, go ahead, John man, quickly, because we're running out. I'll give you one more last voice. Go ahead.
You are talking about attack on London, right? See, this thing, the people that did it are not the indigenous people of London. They are maybe from Iraq or from even possibly.
Don't even let us mention their name. Just leave it. But definitely, they are not English people that did it. They are not English people.
But Nigeria our own problem. We are going to start calling out our problem. Want to solve it. Our own, our own is not outsiders that are killing us. Okay, imagine Buhari coming to, if they kill people of Southern Kaduna, Buhari will come and tell them they should not worry. People are dying somewhere else again. Why? Can you imagine that kind of statement? And the funny part is that we know the people that are doing this thing, they are Fulani people. They are not something like herdsmen. They are bringing their brothers from all the across West Africa.
Let me ask you this: is it possible for an Igbo man to put terrorists and attack his people back and become a terrorist? I'm just asking because because the Igbo man just wants to live a life, do business. But is it possible that there will now be some Igbo people that wants to terrorize and kill their people and suicide bomb them and attack them, and they will not go to the farm?
By nature, no.
Okay.
But you see, by Nigerian politics, it can happen.
Okay.
That's why I say we need our country, we need Biafra. If we do that kind of thing, if we catch you, your own, you are gone. You feel me? So, but since you are still in this contraption, anything can happen.
Okay.
But I'm sure that no Igbo man will be planning that kind of nonsense.
Okay. Thank you so much.
People that are doing this thing in Nigeria, we have to call them out. Hello, Fai, Buhari, and other people. They are the one killing us.
Okay.
We have to call these people out by their name. Nothing. We don't fear anybody. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die.
Okay.
Even yesterday, in Anambra here, this security outfit that Soludo brought out, they killed one young girl yesterday by accident. They were shooting.
Oh my God! Not again.
One big man sent them money, so they were rejoicing, shooting gun up and down, shooting gun up. So the straight bullets hit the young girl. And now the guy got to accidental discharge or collateral damage. So we have to divide Nigeria. So all this thug behavior will stop everywhere. People are dying every day. Nigeria is feeding in people's blood and destiny. If you plan to become a pilot in Nigeria, you go grow up, see yourself for streets, see yourself, you say that you do Yahoo or you do trading or you do another thing where you no plan for your life. So we have to, Nigeria need to end by all means. Okay. By all means. As all people that are holding Nigeria down is all these people in Sokoto. Because they know if Nigeria divide, they will have nothing to gain. They are nothing. They are oppressed by nature. Okay. Fulani people, only cow, their own is to carry, they are not educated, nothing. Their own is to keep people kidnapped, carry power up and down. Okay. These people are our big problem. These people are our big problem. They are our big problem. If Nigeria divide, we can be more developed than all these UK, US, all these people. We have the brain. The best man to go the fastest computer in the world is from Anambra State. We can browse it up. So this thing we can be more developed than these people. These people, I don't understand. People. They are not indigenous to Nigeria. They are just here killing everybody, causing problem. So this thing just need to end.
All right. Thank you so much. Because of our time, I really appreciate it. I want us to listen to this video. I've talked about the London. It's called the 7/7 London. They normally call it London 7/7 attack. How the day unfolded. I've just put up the video from the BBC archive 9 years ago. The video has been watched 1.1 million times. You will have the privilege to listen. I will not interfere. It's about 3 minutes 43 seconds. And see how things started unfolding on that day.
Reports are just coming in of an explosion at Liverpool Street Station here in London.
On that all day, I can confirm a bomb damaged the train, one carriage completely wiped out, at least 9 people very seriously injured and trapped, 2 confirmed fatalities.
Also, there's this explosion. Big white appeared, and then it just smoke everywhere in the tunnel. We was trying to close the doors because it was just smoke, you couldn't breathe.
Everyone's just asking what's happened. All we're being told is it's a major incident and the whole of the London Underground is now shut.
We're now also hearing that there have been further incidents at Russell Square. Now, British Transport Police are saying that a power surge caused the incidents, some of which caused explosions.
Literally, there was just a very loud bang. The train derailed. There was smoke everywhere. There's a lot of serious injuries down there as well. A lot of serious head injury.
And that she's on the tube somewhere, and that she's at Russell Square, but no one's really telling us anything at the moment. So we're just kind of waiting.
This was the bomb attack in London, 2005, 9 years ago.
There are 2 trains stuck in tunnels at Edgware Road, and it's not known if they've collided or whether passengers remain
As at this
on
time,
board.
Nobody knows exactly what was happening. It was a fast-moving development, and you know when media are getting it, until the authority now start saying that this is an attack, they now shut down the whole system because they didn't know whether there were still many of them. Yoruba people, they joke and play with evil monsters. They are there, we are joking. Until they attack us, then you will start saying, and the Koiki said so. We didn't believe him. Listen more to how things were unfolding 9 years ago in London. My 27 years living in the United Kingdom.
Everyone thought they were going to die. People started saying prayers, praying to God.
You hear that?
Panicking.
Okay.
Breaking the carriage windows with their bare hands.
Okay.
Anything to get oxygen into the carriage.
This is a country that has everything as of 2005, but they were still attacked. There hasn't been any more attacks since then. There's been some little, but they are knitting the bulb. They are moving ahead of time to stop it. UK as of today, let me tell you where we are in terms of, because I want to talk about the US Congress, and I'm really running out of time now. UK threat level, where are we this morning? Our threat level in the UK, according to the gov.uk where I'm reporting from, there are 5 threat levels. Low, an attack is highly unlikely. That means nothing will happen. Moderate, an attack is possible but not likely. Substantial, an attack is likely. Severe, an attack is highly likely. Critical, an attack is highly likely in the near future. But as we speak today, the UK threat level, I want to be sure of what I want to say so that we don't give you anything that will scare you. I want to be sure. 1 minute. What is the UK threat level as of today? I think I should be able to say it here. Well, it's just giving me the threat level of all the threat levels. Okay, let's go to the MI5 website. Okay, I'm currently at the MI5 website. What are terrorism threat level? Terrorism threat levels indicate the likelihood of a terrorist attack in the UK. There are 2 published threat level, and there are 5 categories at which the threat level are set. The current national threat level, according to the MI5, you don't know who they call MI5. Those ones, they know they sleep, and they don't tell you who is working there and who is not working there. The threat level to UK, and when we say UK, they've added England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. From all fronts is substantial. And remember, I told you earlier that the UK threat level is in 5 dimensions. So when it comes to substantial, number 3, an attack is likely. So that means in this country, we must be very vigilant all the time. And the children are also being told that they should be vigilant. Mukia Allen Kondi. So when Nigerians are playing with their lives, when Tinubu doesn't have your time, because Tinubu has been in power and thousands of Nigerians have been killed by terrorists. But I purposely start using the UK so that you don't say, you know they happen for UK. You've led the video. I have talked about it. I am now telling you about the threat level according to the security service, MI5. They are telling me to tell you that we are currently at the substantial. That means this country can be attacked at any time, any day, anywhere. But they are doing something about it. The current Northern Ireland related terrorism in Northern Ireland threat level, the threat to the Northern Ireland from the Northern Ireland is also substantial. As we speak right now, that is the current. Now they're saying that, how are these levels decided? The Joint Terrorism Analysis Center, JTAC, is responsible for setting the threat level for the UK from terrorism and the threat level from the Northern Ireland-related terrorism in the Northern Ireland. Both threat levels are kept under regular review. This is what we are saying to our governors. The King, Oni of Ife, Kabiesio, you had a security summit for 1 year and nothing has come out of it. 1 year, Kabiesi, Lefishe Security Summit. I was a security summit. I saw the Gugura Tepa. You are putting the lives of millions of Yoruba people in danger. The governors have just had one month ago. Nothing has been done. In reaching an assessment on the appropriate threat level, several factors are considered. These include available intelligence. We are saying every day that there is danger in our farm, there is danger in our forest. They say, shut up. You can't sit in London. Mokinyo, Onkimilati, Adeleke, Mr. Oluwole Osho. They are saying, Koiki, shut up, shut up. How can you live in London and be telling us about threat level in Nigeria? Okay, they play with your lives. Before I will be attacked, they're already telling me what to do, and I'll tell you what it means to me. This will often involve making judgment about the threat based on the range of information, which is often fragmentary, including the level and the nature of the current terrorist activity, comprising with events in other countries and previous attacks. So if they're attacking in Nigeria, they will be looking at how many people they want to give visa. Are they going to give a terrorist a visa? So you can be affected as Nigeria. Hey, they look at me like that. It's part of the problem, because they don't know whether you when you don't be terrorists, they don't look at it and say, the threat level in Nigeria, the terrorists happening in Nigeria, maybe one can snip in, saying he's a student, and he comes out. We saw it, the shoe bomber, Abdul Muttalib. He wanted to kill people on the US airline in Nigeria. Let's go further. Terrorist capability, an examination of this is included. I'm talking about terrorist capability, an examination of what is known about what a terrorist could do based on their previous attack. They are attacking us in Yoruba land, they are attacking Middle Belt, they are attacking Southeast, they are attacking the North. Yet Tinubu cannot find a solution to it because Nigeria is not designed to work. Terrorist intentions. What are their intentions? Using intelligent and publicly available information to examine the overall aims of the terrorists and the ways they may achieve them, include what sort of target they will consider attacking. Timescale. The threat level express the likelihood of an attack in the near term. We know from past events that some attack takes years for them to plan. This man told us, Malafia, I played it this morning. I don't have to play it again. They said they will attack in 2022. You think they forgot about it? That the war is coming in 2022. We are 3 years after. Maybe it's getting closer. I don't know. Now, the final part is, what does this mean to me? The MI5 is saying that what it means to you is that vigilance is vital. Regardless of current national threat level, sharing national threat level with the general public keeps everyone informed. I won't swear, but I now remember that one of my platforms that I'm streaming from, I got to be very careful, and Instagram as well. It explained the context for the various security measures. For example, airport security and bus search. We don't have that because this influx of terrorists are coming through the borders. Yeah. Let's listen further.
You started listening to the people shouting on the carriage that blew up, and there was this awful screaming of people like just help, 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 and it's just indescribable.
We're now hearing reports that a bus has been ripped apart in an explosion in central London.
One man has actually shown myself some footage that he recorded on his mobile phone of a bus exploding a few streets away, just near to Euston Station. People lying on the floor.
All of London's transport is currently disabled or stopped, whether that's buses or trains. So the safest thing that everybody can do is to stay where they are.
There is a suggestion that the explosion on the bus in Tavistock Square was caused by a suicide bomber. If they are confirmed, then that would be the first suicide bomber to have struck in the United Kingdom.
Our determination to defend our values and our way
That
of
was
life.
Tony Blair. Our determination is to defend our values and our ways of life. Is that what Tinubu is doing for you? So the vital part, before we move quickly, because we are literally on our time now. When you see something, it does not matter. If I see, look, this country will be Bebon. Now I can see a vehicle there. Let me look. It says fire solution. There are 2 of them. So they're probably assessing our building for fire. And I'm not joking. I can see that vehicle is there. Fire door and fire door and stopping specialist. Fire solution and maintenance. So maybe now the council say make they come check something here. You want me to make a where the system is working and come to that jungle where nothing is working. Let's listen to Tony Blair quickly.
Is greater than their determination to cause death and destruction to innocent people in a desire to impose extremism on the world.
Did you hear that?
People walking home, unable to use tubes or buses. But what was striking was the calmness of the crowds on the day that London suffered.
Triple DRS says, to politicians in Nigeria, the citizens have no value and no ways of life. So we're going to leave that. We want to add this one so that it goes into the program. We are 4 minutes away. The U.S. Congress now moves to sanction this jungle called Nigeria over the rising Christian persecution. Dated 17th of March. Nigeria, International Christian Concern, the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa has now approved measures urging President. I can't wait to see how Donald Trump will talk about it. I want him to be the one that will talk about it, not any of his press media, and tell Tinubu that he's in trouble, and every one of them, and that Shetima, the terrorist guy. They are urging President Donald Trump to impose sanction. It will happen in Jesus' name. You must sanction Nigeria. Sanction Nigeria. Inshallah. Sanction Nigeria, Lashedumari, for killings, genocide of innocent people. They must sanction Nigeria. I don't know why Joe Biden removed it when he was in power. Maybe there was a deal behind the closed door. Trump will not go agree. This one, he no go agree. They must sanction Nigeria. Even stop them from giving all these politicians. They must stop giving them visa. America, you have a lot of work to do for us. It is time you start writing your representatives in America, in Canada, in the UK, and say stop giving visa to these criminal politicians. You must stop it. You must start writing that. Those of you, we will have to remove you on speaker. Thank you very much for the contribution today. We really appreciate, because the program ends in just 2 minutes. Donald Trump to impose sanctions on Nigeria due to the widespread persecutions of Christians following a congressional hearing on March 12. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The time has come for Tinubu government to know that this is no longer a joke. We will portray Nigeria as a criminal country to the international community for genocide, for inflation, for security, for your welfare. If you like, abuse me. I know, say your head don't loose, whatever that means to you. So my job is to help you anyway. Thank you to those that does his job to make sure that they bring this back on. Lawmakers condemn the Nigerian government. Condemn them, not only stop from giving them visa, their children deport them back to Nigeria, seize their assets in America. For his failure to protect Christian communities from escalating violence, citing alarming data from the multiple human rights organizations. From 2024, a report by the Observatory for Religious Freedom in Africa revealed that Nigeria accounted for 90% of all Christians that are killed on a yearly basis. Evil country, jungle. The time has come that the jungle will go down so people can live a better life. If you like, no do Christian, now your problem is that. There are many people that doesn't believe in Christian in this country, even though it's a Christian country. There are Muslims that are protected in this country. There are Babalawo in this country. There are Haitis. There are Hindus. We all live side by side. Look, in my building, not everybody believe in everything, but we live in harmony and peace. When I see my neighbor, I say, good morning. I received this from eBay. I bought it before I go. This is a memory stick, not memory stick, that allows me to copy from my camera because I forgot the one I was using in Africa. It cost me £5. I didn't have to buy it, but I needed it. Because if not, I can't extract all my pictures from. So I didn't know it has arrived. My neighbor was the one that got it. He's expecting something from eBay as well. He didn't look at the name. He just opened it. So he came and knocked the door and said, I'm very sorry. I thought this was a product I was expecting on eBay until I looked at the name. I said, don't worry now. We are not in Africa. We are good neighbors, Abi. Imagine if this happened in that shit old country. That is my experience in the UK. It's part 1. I hope you enjoy it. The part 2 will come again, and we will look at other areas. So, according to the data, the report documented that between 2019, when say Baba, say Buhari, you know Wasiu, he uses music to daba the brain of Yoruba people. Daba ti gbọ́ Wasiu, brain wọn ti dàrú. Say Baba, say Buhari, say they are dancing. Now they can't dance. They were dancing. When even some of them are still even not happy that Buhari left. Imagine a Yoruba man, as I am ending the program, a Yoruba man is now saying that, look, maybe Buhari should come back. Oh, Buhari, out of everybody, Buhari that when he was in power, from 2019 to October 2019 to September 2023, 55, I'm not going to add to it, 55,910 people were killed. And stupid Nigeria will tell you to shut up and stop talking. Idiot all over the place. Your brain needs to be reset. We not go agree on this social media, on Koikimedia. I will open your heart and your mind from that jungle. Me, I'm not going to call it zoo anymore. Those that still want to call Nigeria zoo, they can call it. It's a jungle. Because why? Bones okay.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. Okay. We are only deceiving ourselves. We are not Nigerians.
I spoke to this man. I had the privilege to speak to him. He's a good guy. He explained that this video is even Boku, that he didn't know that they cut that part until somebody called him and said, Koiki is using your video every day. I spoke to him in January. Great man. This man that the journalist is asking, are we not Nigerians? I love the way he answered it. Let's listen one more time.
There is no land called Nigeria.
Okay.
There is no language called Nigeria.
Okay.
There are no people called Nigerians.
We are not Nigerians.
We are not Nigerians.
No.
Okay, where is Nigeria?
Where?
Where is the land called
Where
Nigeria?
is the land?
What is the Nigerian language?
Nobody knows.
We are nations that had been forced together to live
in one pathetic country.
So anybody who goes there today to say pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself.
You cannot speak for your body. The people who wants to be that Nigeria, we have not sat down. We got to sit down and agree whether we want to be one Nigeria. Biafra said they want to go, let them go. Yoruba wants to go, let them go. Hausa wants to go, let them go, so that they can deal with the Fulani. But that is not the video I want to play to you. The one I want to play to you is this man. This man is a Yoruba man, and he said this, and I was shocked to my bone marrow. Kí ló tún dé? Okay. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀? Pure water, omi tá fi ń dáná, omi tá a mú tá fi ń dáná. Ìnira ti pọ̀ jù, ìnira ti pọ̀ jù Lagos State. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram, mo máa kú à ń padà bọ̀. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló dé? You will not believe what this guy is going to say. Hear what he's going to say. A Yoruba man said and quoted it that Buhari took the love and Tinubu brought hatred. Nigerians, wake up. We love you. We are the one telling you. If you wait for Jide Otito and all these criminal journalists that are under the paycheck of Tinubu on TVC, you will wait till thy kingdom come. I hope you've enjoyed the program with me. Thank you so much. God bless the Biafran. God bless the Hausa, the Ijo, the Oduduwa, or the Yoruba people. And my experience is what I have shared. Mokinyo Babawa Yusuf Akuongbeo, Mr. Shegun Yovo, good morning. Say, Koiki, good afternoon, sir. It's not 9 years. It's 19 years ago. Oh, is it 19 years ago that the incident happened? From 2025 to 2005. Somebody say, Koiki, it's not 9 years. Thank you so much that I just picked that comment, because we always want to make sure that everything we say here is accurate. So somebody say, Koiki, 2005 minus 2025 25 minus 2005, that is, it's even about 20 years this year, July. And I'll be there when they are, well, hopefully we don't know, but maybe I might be where they were doing night vigil, because I don't know how our own night vigil will be going. I might not be back enough time for that. Please support me. I need to get my ticket. I'm begging you all. One person, two person can buy this ticket, but it seems that people are just waiting and say, what's going to happen? Nothing is going to buy the ticket for us so that we can plan our journey ahead back to Africa quickly so that we can start preparing for the night vigil. I pray that you will have the resources to help me out, and I pray that we would get to our final destination. We don't do skit on this platform. We don't do content. I don't have time for all that. We are here talking about humanity to save you from the jungle. And I hope that you've taken at least small thing out of the program today, even if you don't like everything. Thank you so much to all our contributors, and have a blessed day ahead. It is called Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. From Twitter space to the Twitter, to the Instagram, to the Facebook. The Koikimedia YouTube channel has been taken down for another 1 week before we hopefully come back live on it. Follow us on our platform, www.koikimediainternationalnews.com. There's no advertisement. So when you click on it, you read everything without popping up. But when you go on koikimedia.com, they might be popping up, but you will be able to read everything about Yoruba Nation. If you have any concern you want to talk about to me, you have a feedback, info@koikimedia.com, or you can get my number, +447594050979 for all inquiries. We don't do advert. I am not an agent. I am not a legal expert. This is just my own personal experience living in the United Kingdom in the last 27 years. Bye for now.